The following podcast contains naughty language and ridiculous situations. Listener discretion is advised.
Tonight, we are joined by our buddies from the Cult of Muscle to review Draft House Films' 2015 reissue of Roar.
The following podcast contains naughty language and ridiculous situations. Listener discretion is advised.
What's going on?
Very good.
Tonight, we are joined by our buddies from the Cult of Muscle to review. It's even better.
Deja vu.
It was better the second time.
Welcome to Trick or Treat Radio, dicks.
Welcome all you little zombies. You are listening to Trick or Treat Radio, starring the Deadites.
Welcome to episode 180 of Trick or Treat Radio. It's going to be one of those fucking episodes, guys.
Yep. You know what it is? It's because Monster Zero has his Emo Philips shirt on.
Oh, fuck you, dude.
Trick or Treat Radio is a phantasmagorical spin kick straight through the heart of pop culture.
I made Suspiria.
It is navigated by the Deadites. The Deadites are the world's greatest electroshock band. We destroy monsters, we drink booze, we win championship belts, and we have titanic team-ups with our buddies over at the Cult of Muscle. Come on, guys. Come on.
Oh.
Stacy, I came.
That's
Seats,
weird.
man. Just stick with seats.
Oh, man. Who's going to clean this shit up?
The ChaynGang.
Seeing as how I clean up after them, it's only fair.
Those dudes are usually wasted. Just tell them they did it. Hey, what happened here? You don't remember last week?
It's going to be like a scene in Hateful Eight.
Speaking of the Chain Gang, this week, Monster Zero managed to depress and disgust a whole new podcast.
Yes, well, you know, hey, yeah, I strive to achieve greatness.
Excellent.
And excellence.
Why don't
yes.
you, in your Emo Philips shirt, tell I'd make movies
Well, why don't
about
you
touching my daughter.
This is a radio show, so explain the Emo Philips shirt.
He has a shirt with Emo Philips' face on
It's
it.
not Emo Philips, it's Dario Argento, you douchebag. 70s Dario Argento, Suspiria Dario Argento.
I gotta post this picture up.
Have you ever seen The Creepies?
Let
me tell you about what I did on Deep Red.
I can't take a photo. Talk, Dynamo.
I can't. I'm overwhelmed by how literally, like, he's sitting, like, forward and the shirt says Team Dario, and then he leans back and lets his gut out and the shirt says Team Dario!
It's A's. It doesn't say Team Emo, though. There should be a shirt that says Team Emo, though.
That guy, though, he looks like Emo Philips.
He does. Now that you mention it, he does.
How did you get out of the closet?
Let me tell you about Jennifer Connelly. She had a very difficult time with the insects, but I told her not to worry about it.
I'm gonna choke on this fucking donut.
Homeboy.
By the way, this is not a cake donut, Jakey Poo.
Oh, that is no good. Although it's Entenmann's, so it's quite all right.
Yeah.
Entenmann's, I will tolerate. I will accept.
It was buy one get one free. That's why they're here.
Oh, that's the best.
This is the best. After working with them for so many years, what would I say if I saw a goblin? How did you get out of my basement?
My career has not really taken off since I've done opera. After that, my career took a nosedive.
Most listeners out there probably like, who the fuck is Emo Philips?
I think computer-generated animated giant grasshoppers are very scary in Dracula movies. There was a void.
You know, I worked with Dario, with George Romero on Dawn of the Dead. And because I was the producer, he allowed me to have my own cut of the film.
This is ridiculous.
What?
I
Tell me,
can't-
you can listen to this for 2 hours straight?
You have to review Roar like that.
Let me tell you something about Roar.
More of my daughter's breasts display.
Roar. And Melanie Griffith. Oh, thank you, homeboy.
Only my ex-wife could have been mauled to death by a tiger in real life.
Oh my god.
Though Melanie Griffith was too young for me to legally touch her, I thought it was okay because we weren't related.
Otherwise, that would be considered incestuous.
This is the most ridiculous and quickest derail ever.
I myself did not touch her. Both of my sons had their way. It's like I did because my one son looks exactly like me. With the same beard and hair and everything.
He looked a lot like a lion.
Jesus Christ.
Balls and
Save us,
penis
Michael Raven
both
Chat.
came
I'm
out.
fucking trying, man.
No, not even he can save us.
The only reason he's not involved is he doesn't know who Emo Philips or
Yeah.
Dario Argento is.
No, he's the guy. He's fucking Asia's dad.
Asia.
He's the father of Asia.
Asia.
Yeah, he's Asia's dad. Remember he hung out with Triple H and DX?
Yeah, that's a fucking show. And the guy from fucking UHF. Remember him?
Yes. Oh, you do know.
I do know.
Oh, I'm impressed.
I'm aware.
Oh, man. So tonight on Trick or Treat Radio, we have the boys straight off. Well, I guess they're off episode 101, but we're still riding the high of episode 100 of the Cult of Muscle. We joined our buddies CDR and Jakey Poo for an epic adventure through the years of action. You guys had reviewed 4 classics. So you guys did Total Recall. You also did Enter the Dragon with us. And then you guys did Hard Target and
Cobra.
Cobra. How could I fucking forget Cobra?
Yeah.
Just a little one.
Just a little bit. And it was a cast of characters. And, well, I don't know about ourselves. An all-star
Yeah.
cast, excluding us. And you guys had some fantastic guests. And you guys pulled in about 7 hours of
I'm so
content that week.
impressed.
You shouldn't
Proud
be.
of
That's
you.
the opposite
No.
that you should be. You should be
I
disgusted.
guarantee you that episode lost us, listeners.
Absolutely.
Fuck.
No way.
Fuck wants to listen 7 hours of
I am proud that we are not the longest segment. How did that happen?
We can only say, like, you know, Bruce is cool, you know, in so many different ways. You know, that's just the nature of it.
You can only joke about Bolo hugging a man to death. So,
But Lord knows you could fill an entire opening segment with fucking
I woke my special lady friend up like 2 days later, and she was like, and I like barely remember it, and she's like, do you remember talking to me last night? I was like, no. She's like, you were talking about human nests.
Oh, man.
Bolo's got his little chickadees in there, and he's just kind of puking into their mouths in his human nest.
And also we had the weaponized recorders. Tiny pulled that one out.
Yep.
Oh,
But
no.
who knew that movie had so many little nooks and crannies?
I know, right? It's like a Thomas English muffin.
Yeah, I'll tell you who knew, the dude that doesn't leave his house and only watches that in 1080p all day.
On a 12-foot screen.
While playing the score along with it.
Yeah. So that was an absolute pleasure. Thank you guys for having us on. If anyone out there has not heard episode 100 of Cult of Muscle, go for a 6-hour and 50-minute run and listen to that episode because you may pass out, but you'll thank us later.
Well, no one's gonna listen to our pod because it comes after El Goro. Like I can guarantee that people are gonna it's like, oh, that Johnny guy has a pretty good radio voice, and then the Massachusetts duo kicks in. It's like, remember the Bruce Lee?
Bruce Lee?
That guy does karates.
What accent is that?
That's like his Asian accent, probably.
That's my Massachusetts.
Fucking Boston Rip Taylor.
Hi. It's Magic Car.
Oh, man. So go check that out, everyone. It is an honor to have these two on
sure.
with us.
Hey, and thanks for getting Tiny out of the fucking chair. That was amazing. that was great.
It's sexy.
We don't really see him. He just literally drives by and throws bundles of money out his window. Or leaves a mixer like Frankenstein.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a new mixer in here thanks to Tiny. You can see it. It's I haven't had a chance to install it because I was stuck in traffic for 40 minutes because a fucking 18-wheeler flipped over. Jerkhead. Hope he... No, I'm not going to say that. Not going to say that. It would have been too mean.
I sense some anger.
But no, we do have... Tiny was awesome and hooked us up with a new mixer. We do have to give him a little scratch, but certainly not what
Usually
it's
behind the
worth.
ears.
Yeah, exactly.
Under his balls.
It's because I publicly caught him.
Yeah.
Because he was he'd always bring over thousands of dollars worth of stuff and say he just had it around.
Yeah,
right.
Like these monitors in here. I just happen to have these.
I just happen to have 3 huge monitors.
3 huge monitors.
It's like the Ty Webb syndrome, Oh, here's another check for $21,000.
I'm Ty Webb.
Oh, here's a check for $35,000. Take it. It's yours.
So let me give them the proper introduction so you can hear their voice, you can know their voice, you know who's who. We have the sexual beast, Mr. Jakey Poo.
Wow, that sounded beastly.
Yeah.
Hey.
I like it's often apropos, but the opening of every episode with the warning about ridiculous situations. This episode, probably more than anything, is going to deliver on that. Not only because of the emo shenanigans, but the movie we're covering tonight could be called Ridiculous Situations, the movie.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That would be a good alternate title. Maybe Draft House should have renamed it.
For real.
Yeah.
Drop the ball.
And we also have Dynamo. Do you want to do it? Because he is your...
Yeah, he is, ladies and gentlemen, my spirit animal, CDR.
Hey, girlfriend.
Hey, sweetie pants.
And so we're fueled by Entenmann's Donuts tonight. We didn't get a sponsorship from them, but we'll give them a plug since we're going to be full of donuts. But since I didn't have time to eat, that's going to be the dinner. So tonight should be a lot of fun. Or these guys are going to hate us for reviewing the movie that we did. We are reviewing Roar from Noel Marshall, Tippi Hedren, and we also have Melanie Griffith, all-star cast of family members, and about 150 lions, elephants, jaguars, panthers, all kinds of shit.
I just want to throw...
Jaguars.
Fucking Jaguars, kid.
I just want to throw one thing out there in case I forget when we do the review that I didn't, not being a huge, nature enthusiast, though an animal lover for sure, that I didn't know. Elephants are dicks.
Yes.
Complete dicks.
Yeah.
You're scooping the review.
Yeah. What a fucking bunch of cocks.
I know. They were the biggest cocks of all.
I know.
So we'll get to that in a little bit. And then later on, we are going to draw the winner for our ginormous raffle giveaway.
Was that part of the prize?
What?
I'm not a very good artist, so I'm not sure how.
What?
How am I going to draw the winner if I don't even know who it is?
Well, we'll have all of you guys draw the winner.
Oh my god!
On the canvas.
We do have some really. We had some.
Shoppy down there, Ravenshadow?
My winner's gonna have a.
There's one right there.
I'm gonna have a nude winner. I'm gonna draw it.
We did get some more prizes in. I don't know if I want to pull them out because they're really nice. But we got some art prints from our boy Grimbro.
Nice.
And they are fucking gorgeous. I opened them up just to take a look at them last night. And me and T-Dog were like, they won't miss one of them, right? Like, if we just take one, people won't know, right?
They ain't gonna know shit. Why are you fucking
We
doing
didn't,
that?
though, unfortunately. I said 6, and we got 6. So,
Yeah, like what was that one prize that Derek?
the one print that he
print,
gave us?
yeah.
Yeah, not the 8.
Why are you saying 8?
Because they're posted on the website.
But we could all have one. CDR. The other one.
The other one.
Yeah.
We should just. I'm going to trade you for Jakey Poo. I'd rather have him on here.
Well, I want
I'd
to
rather
have
have-
CDR.
Without a doubt.
I'd rather have the other one than you.
CDR has no say in this.
Come on, CDR.
That's fine.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Jakey Poo, I know it's a little sore subject, but maybe we could do a trade.
You know what? I was thinking the other day that if at least for one episode I could swap places with you, just so throughout the episode Ravenshadow can go, what's next, other guy?
Can you do a 2-man podcast where only one of the guys ever watches the movie?
Nope.
It would just be me telling him the plot of the movie. And
That'd be
asking if he liked my
outrageous.
That's
description
good.
of it.
Anybody,
good.
CDR, anybody can watch the movie. That's how our show's gonna be different. You're gonna tell me about
My
it,
storytelling skills are going to have to get a lot better.
and I'll be like, "Wow, I wish I saw it."
Jesus Christ.
The fucking network, Queen Goon, y'all.
Jesus Christ.
We have a network. You
You
guys
are,
have networks
you are
in Canada?
terrible. You are terrible.
I'm gonna beat
Yeah.
myself over the head with this fucking microphone if you don't shut up.
Why don't you beat him with the fucking mic?
Why? I brought some chips.
Get like a nunchuck.
Know what we should do? Instead of sending the prize pack to the person who wins,
Yep.
we should send Naked Monster Zero and tell the people they won the Powerball.
The power balls. Oh man.
I saw
So
Monster
they
Zero
could be
at the
multiple
grocery store
winners.
last night.
Yeah,
It was
that's true.
awesome.
Very true.
Later on, like I said, we're going to select the contest winners. We have one grand prize winner. We're just going to do a random number generator. We ended up with, I'm going to give you the grand total. You guys ready for this?
Sure.
The grand total was $1,186.
Wow.
Ooh.
You believe that shit?
That's some serious
real.
scratch.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, it's fucking enough for a driveway.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. I know a guy.
Well, the money's already spent. So
A driveway or a drive-by?
spent here.
Has that driveway been redone since I made out with that girl in the driveway in the 8th grade there?
I don't think so.
Wow, that's a long time. That was a shitty driveway then.
Thank you.
Trying to sneak in so nobody's parents heard you pull in.
Yeah.
It's bad times. It was good times if they didn't hear you, but like if you hit that one piece of gravel the wrong way and all
Yeah.
the fucking lights in the house went on.
Then they.
Like the Wonder Years going on right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, where's Daniel Stern?
It's actually really sometimes the buggy would make weird noises, the horse would ninny.
What?
That's how old I am.
Jesus.
Sometimes I have to take a swing at me before somebody else does. I just see it coming.
Jakey Poo, how's the leg doing? You still
It's okay. Hold on.
Still there.
I'm gonna pick it right now.
No,
Let's see what
don't.
happens.
On episode 100, if you listen to Cult of Muscle.
No blood.
No blood? Good.
No blood. I'm good.
Jakey Poo had a little accident.
Just kept bleeding, yo.
Can I
What did he do?
carve my name in your wooden leg when you have to get one?
Wait, who's the first? I think you're going to get a wooden feet first.
Dude, 2015, I'm learning diabetes is the least of my... Do you see how fucking... I've been digging into these donuts like I was Dario Argento and they were my daughter.
At least you could have said Emo Philips.
Yeah, sorry.
Just keep it real.
Jesus.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's what's going on. Let me go ahead and introduce the rest of these jamokes. I am Johnny Wolfenstein. I am the pencil pusher and producer of media for Trick or Treat Radio, the Deadites, and the Grand Guignol Network. We also have the immortal gunslinger, singer, and lyricist for the Deadites, and one of the hosts of the Elm Street Kids Movie Club, which just went live today, Dynamo Mars.
Yeah, it did, and I'm a terrible host. But Stephanie Wiley is very funny and very talented, so listen to that show. And we got a great producer.
Who?
Now, Johnny Wolfenstein.
Oh, I heard that guy's pretty good.
Yeah, he's not bad. He's good.
So
he actually rescues me a few times. Like the ref trying to break up like a long-standing, like, you know, like get off the cage. Like,
yeah.
Because Wiley is not, Wiley, as soon as that, she's mean to me in real life, but as soon as that red light goes on, there's no mercy.
It's brutal.
Yeah. It's Kumite.
Well, apparently didn't her, I don't know if this is a story for the other show for you, but apparently her mom was saying that.
Yeah, her mom listened and said that she should leave me alone because I sound like a nice boy.
A nice young boy.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Which is true.
You're a young boy?
Yeah, last person that called me young was Methuselah.
New Japan might need some young boys.
Ooh.
They need somebody.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fucking paid vacation for Nakamura, though, because
Yup.
not. He moved more in that Ibushi match this time last year than he's going to have to in like 8 years in the WWF.
Well, maybe we'll get into that a little bit later on, because I definitely am curious to talk about that. So maybe we'll talk about that later in the show.
Maybe we'll talk about wrestling.
Maybe. We also have the vulgar guru of horror, the cast member of Morbid Vision Films, one-time contributor for Horror Hound magazine, Monster Zero.
Hello, everybody. Yes, I'm Monster Zero. How are you?
That's it? Nothing.
No, I got really nothing.
No diatribe to read this week?
No.
No
Well,
lyrics?
hold on.
You totally fucked up your hair again.
Thank you.
Yeah, leave it down, man.
It looks so good.
That
down.
pony nub looks stupid.
Yeah.
What about yours, dude?
Mine's
you got
more
yours
than a
yours
nub.
in a fucking man bun.
That's not a man bun.
That is a man bun.
No, man bum's up, but if you really pull it down, it's a majestic ponytail.
Yeah, if. That's a big fucking if, dude.
You guys want to see the majestic ponytail?
Yeah!
So like a ponytail transformer?
I don't know what it is.
Listen, Monster Zero, unless you have a baby in a cart or you're a Yokozuna, you should not have the haircut.
Look at that. Look at that.
Bonsai.
Yeah.
See?
It's got a
There you
fucking
go.
arm. It's got a fucking elbow in it. Look at that.
It does.
Yeah. Look at that. No, put it over your
See,
shoulder.
it's a little bit too much. It's overpowering,
Oh my
you know?
God, let's go to commercial.
Nub.
Numb.
Night numb.
Well, first of all, okay, the back of my head is shaved down. Okay, so the hair length is
We're talking about
from
hair.
Yes, is from the top of my head. Okay, so it's. I mean, for me, it's pretty long. It's the longest it's ever been.
Yeah. It's a head numb. What is it called? Nub?
I got your nub hanging.
I don't want that.
A little more, it would look like you were wearing Scott Ferguson's Davy Crockett hat.
Oh, man, we had a lot of stuff going on in the chat room. Let me catch up real quick. Tim Nice says, T to the knit ice is in the hizzy.
What's up, Tim Nice?
Tom C says, balls.
Balls.
Nicholas
Fucking
is
Walt
hanging
Whitman.
out. He says, starting off with a bang.
So Tom Z came over my house at Christmas, and Fabio Freezy was there.
Yep.
And he said, I thought you would be weirder. and Fabio Freezy, who's like not in his Deadite attire or whatever else, you know, it's Christmas time. He goes, what do you mean? He goes, I don't know. I thought you were just like the type of guy that would be into like scat porn or something.
Oh, my God.
And Fabio Freezy said, oh.
Tom C says, Ravenshadow hand gestures suck.
Go fuck yourself.
Fair.
Oh,
There's a hand gesture for you.
Teddy Atlas is hanging out. Says, holy shit, sick mixer. So one of the raffle winners announced.
Yeah.
Teddy Atlas?
Teddy Atlas. That's going to
Mr.
be
USA
later.
Teddy Atlas.
AKA Saba Simba.
Teddy's probably watching from his cellophone.
Sometimes I hide money from myself.
Is he watching on his cellophone?
Thank you, Mr. McMahon. Thank you for making me from Mr. Universe to Saba Simba. That really helped my career.
Great. I look like a peacock's asshole. Thanks a lot.
So
It did help his career, kind of, to be honest. Like, he was pretty much blacklisted for being a dick.
no, for being a dick.
Yeah.
So Teddy, it's going to be later on. I'm guessing the 11 o'clock hour. So we're going to make you motherfuckers wait. And plus, we just have a lot of stuff going on, and we have a review to get to. Tom C says emo should make it into the title.
Why don't you let the Johnny produce?
Well, Dynamo helps with that too.
I usually pick the title.
Or the other one.
And then Slagoth says, great episode of Cult.
Slagoth.
I see you, Slagoth. I
He
see
loves
you.
it. He loves it.
I know. I'm so happy that like Nicholas and Slagoth have jumped ship to the cult.
I know.
Love it.
They're going to leave
Fucking
us.
love it.
Well, at least they'll have a good podcast to listen to. So.
Like Slagoth is so nice, but I just see him being in Florida like 15 minutes into Cult of Muscle and be like, wait a minute. These guys actually talk about the movies.
Yeah. And Slagoth says, might have to do a beer run for this. Shit. better hop over to the Packy before they close. Tom C says, are we supposed to have our tickets in our hand? I never got mine. Tom C, you can hold something else in your hand until we...
It's okay, you didn't win.
I don't want to tell you how many entries Tom C gave, but I'm just going to say your chances aren't good, my friend.
You never know. I mean, it's fucking random.
He was so
I know.
proud that he bought one ticket right before it fucking closed. Don't worry, fucking Tom C. I'm gonna fucking show him, okay? I know we.
I am legit worried that Myra is gonna win because then people will officially riot.
Well, people think that it's all fixed.
There was
and
like a
everything?
quiet rumbling when she won the last one because it's not like her and I are affiliated at all.
Yeah.
If she wins this one, forget it.
Patsy Ray Hall, fresh off an appearance on Elm Street Kids.
Yeah, that's right. He's our Ed McMahon.
He says, let's trade Ravenshadow for a decorative fern.
Your egg McMuffin.
Actually, that would really tie the room together.
What? Yeah, there's fucking pink one there.
It would make much more sense.
Who's next, Johnny?
Patsy,
had the Colt guys on for the fucking Dog Soldiers review.
to back you up.
Yeah, what a fucking mess that was.
Nathan Cotton Coy Vance Duke says, I'll redo your driveway with you, Ravenshadow. We can get all sweaty and vibe a little.
Yeah, we fucking will, dude.
There you go, Codeine.
Can you sleep over? We'll make it a fucking weekend. That'd be fun. Yeah.
Wait, what? How is he going to sleep on the couch if you're probably relegated to the couch?
No, that we'll flip the script. She'll be on the fucking couch this time.
You going to take Nathan Cotton Coy Vance to the master bedroom?
I got a smart TV upstairs now, man. We can fucking
Smart.
yeah.
Yeah, with a fucking dummy using it.
Yeah, well, no, I got the instructions still.
So basically, it comes back down to just being a regular
yeah.
TV.
Like, honey, how do you put Netflix on? I'm sorry.
After a week, Ravenshadow Smart TV grew its tube back.
Nicholas says MZ's is a chode.
I don't know. Oh, screw you, Dickless.
It's my favorite Lord of the Rings character.
Nicholas?
Yeah.
All right. So,
Legless, the amputee elf.
oh, man. So we're going to talk about Roar tonight.
What motherfucking other guy?
What?
One other fucking guy is left.
I know how much it fucking gets you.
It gets me fucking insane.
That's what.
Wow.
Should I not do his intro, guys?
No, because I got to fucking take lorazepam. I got a long fucking ride home. Fucking calm me down.
We
Here,
have
a Snickers.
the chain smoking, hand kissing, baby shaking, lorazepam loving, hot pocket loving, comic book reading nerd, and the official smoke machine for Castle Wolfenstein, Mr. Michael Ravenshadow.
204. Lifted. 209.
You skipped 5.
300.
You skipped the first 208. Way to go, white shirt.
Oh, that's some fucking hot water.
He's getting buff, not taking math. Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm too busy.
Better watch out, Cody. He's gonna make you a hot pocket.
Look. Let me tell you something. I've seen this guy work out. Before.
No, you haven't, because this never happened.
No, I have. Really? I have. When we
He's surprised.
That might be the creepiest image I could possibly.
No.
MZ
when
just
smoking
standing there,
Thai
hands on his
salmon,
hips.
smoking Thai salmon myself, and we invited you to come work out with us in the
Jesus,
workout
that must've been
room.
amazing.
Remember?
Oh, yeah.
And And you know how like Pee Wee Herman at the beginning of Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure, he's lifting up those weights and he's giving it all he's got. They're like these little 8-ounce weights, and he can't do it. That's basically what we were dealing here with Ravenshadow.
That never happened. I saw you guys clean and jerking, and I was like, "You're doing a really good job. I'm proud of you."
All I can think of is like the 80s, like white lit, like, you know, totally like happening in like a white world, like aerobic scene with like the multi prism, like shot of Ravenshadow doing aerobics.
I do the one time I was at Planet
Like from
Fitness,
like from Halloween 2.
I would work on, what do they call it, equipment, and then God, what do they call that?
A mop and broom.
Get it right.
I would take it off the 10 and put it on like 35. Like, yeah, I'm like, ugh.
Is Ravenshadow the Toxic Avenger?
Yes.
His arms were like Slim Jims picking up a 35-pound weight. You should have seen it. It's funny as hell.
But no, before Tom C has a fucking coronary, I have a gift that he gave to us. Can I just pull it out for everyone?
No.
Nah.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
I whipped this out. He said it was damaged. Johnny, do you want to grab a hold of this? You better use two hands.
Shit.
I'll do it.
Let him do it. I got stuff to do.
I don't know what it is, but Tom C's probably fucking...
It's probably a poster of him.
Yeah. He said it
I
was
hope
damaged.
All right. The big reveal. If you're watching live, stand up, show. Yes. It is a poster of Rover Jerks.
As seen at Lockenschloss.
Yeah. Wow, Tom C. Thank you, man.
I thought when he said it was going to be damaged, it was going to be Michael Ravenshadow's Lost Boys poster. Like a damage. Like a water damage.
It was going to just be a picture of Michael Ravenshadow. That's awesome.
Tom C, thank
Robo
you.
Jerks. So we have a we have a Robot Jocks poster now. We'll have to hang it up here in the studio somewhere.
That is sweet.
Nice.
Very, very nice of you,
That is
Tom
nice.
C.
Thank you, Tom C.
Thank you. That was pretty awesome.
Speaking of gifts, real quick.
Yeah.
Could you put that by the camera? We would be remiss if we did not mention that Wolfie and I were bestowed Night of the Demon soundtracks on CD and vinyl.
Oh, that's awesome.
This week from our buddy Chris, who helped oversee the restoration of the soundtrack.
Yep.
That dude is all over the place. He's not only a cool fucking dude. He is involved in a lot of cool releases coming out, including.
He fucking dropped it.
It's fucking broken now.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't do it. The fucking
I didn't do
I
it.
didn't do it. So the guy holding the motherfucker.
Ravenshadow, will you take that out of his sausage hands before he throws it against the wall
Your big
again?
fucking ham hands, they're cracked.
So yeah, not only was he involved in the restoration of this soundtrack, and I believe some of the special features on the Blue. He also had his hand in that TerraVision release that came out. No, not TerraVision. Came out with TerraVision. Video Dead, and he designed the fan-inspired Blu-ray cover for Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. So, and he was also on the Elm Street Kids this past week. So, which I think that episode airs in April. With my correct numbering system, I have no clue what's going on. But it was really nice. Showed up and he gave us a poster for the studio of I believe it's called Halloween Party, which is the original name for Night of the Demons. So pretty fucking cool, pretty awesome, and we really appreciate it. Both your friendship and your generosity, sir. So
Definitely.
I appreciate it
Chris
so
is
much
awesome.
that I left my wallet in his car and he took it home.
Did you spend all your money?
I don't know, 150 times I've waited in line for coffee and got up there and listeners, in case you wondered if I could get coffee on my good looks, nope. So let's talk about Raw, baby.
Nicholas says Ravenshadow was curling 2-pound weights, sweating like a whore in church.
Yeah, on Sunday, motherfucker. It's hot on Sundays.
I thought we had some other stuff to talk about, but I'm probably thinking about the raffle, which is going to be over today, so maybe not. Oh, you know what? I do want to talk about the network. We mentioned a little bit about the Elm Street Kids, but on the Grand Guignol network, we now have 4 shows live since the Elm Street Kids went live today. It's not on iTunes as of yet. I'll you know what I'll do, Dynamo? I'll check that in a few minutes.
It's not when I left the house.
But it takes a couple days for things to usually appear on iTunes. It is on Stitcher Radio.
Who do you think already asked about it not being on iTunes? Out of all of our podcast friends, I'll give you a guess. Who already asked?
I don't know.
Like, let's put it this way. I hear his text. I hear his text in his voice.
Oh, Joe Dicanio.
Yes.
Oh.
Hey, Maz, why is it not on there? You get that show in Jersey? Then hopefully Long Island. That's where I live. I know where I live. It's me,
And
Joe
you do
Dicanio.
too?
And so does Ravenshadow. He has a map.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, you live in Canadas.
Canadas.
You live in all them Canadas.
In Tirana,
Hey,
Ottawa.
Jakey, congratulations on the big mistake you're making.
Come on.
No, every day's magical. I'm Joe Dicanio.
I'm sure he was excited to hear your review of his pending nuptials. I'm sure that made his day.
Yeah. The guy who doesn't watch movies reviewing.
Yeah.
No. Every fucking married guy says don't do it, and everyone's like, no, they must be lying. No, we're fucking telling you the truth, asshole.
I don't talk like that.
No.
You go? Who said that?
You did an impression of me.
No, that was Joe Dicanio. He doesn't like marriage. Ravenshadow loves marriage.
No, he doesn't.
I respect your life knowledge,
Yeah,
Ravenshadow. You know, you got a dinner table once at the restaurant.
The highlight of his life.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet. Shit.
That came up on like 2 other shows on the network. You know, I've been in a relationship for going on like 14 years now, I think. Like, that's got to be close to marriage, right? How different can it be?
In the state of Massachusetts, common law is not accepted.
I know. But, like, I don't know. Like, I just don't see what the difference is. Like,
I don't know.
You can walk away at any time.
You can walk away.
if my parents are any indication, so can they. Just saying.
No, it's fun. It's great.
Hey, before we get into Roar, Cult of Muscle Posse, I would like to come on your show and review the action opus, which is Blood Pigs.
Blood Pigs?
Yep, starring Monster Zero as a sword-wielding monster hunter.
Is that the one where he stabs the side of a house?
Yep.
Okay, I'm sold.
He viciously stabs it.
Well,
Yeah.
hey, had it coming to him, man.
You will believe that Brian Paulin is the greatest editor of all time, because not only does he make this kid look like he can walk in a straight line, he makes him look like he can have a sword fight. Ooh. It's like he turns Winnie the Pooh into Blade. Like with his editing skills. It's amazing.
Oh, man. I don't know about that.
Turning Emo Philips into D'Artagnan.
Into Dario Argento.
Jesus.
One for all, and all for one.
All right.
Your Emo Philips is terrible.
So, and then on the network, anyways.
Your body is terrible.
Yeah, he says that.
We have 4 shows. Obviously, Trick or Treat Radio is...
Joe Dicanio.
Shut up.
We're the anchor show, and then we also have the Elm Street Kids Movie Club, which just popped up today. And Mars, you want to talk about that real quick?
It's a good time so far. I'm awful. Wiley's good. Listen.
There you go. So check it out, and that drops on Wednesday mornings. Moving forward, it's going to drop on Wednesdays, and on Tuesdays we have the Television Crossover Universe podcast with Robert Ironsky.
That's a cool show.
Yeah, very cool. They do some very cool stuff. They talk to some creators and artists and writers and talk about all the crossover stuff. It's very awesome. Check that out. And then we also have Unchained with the ChaynGang, which drops every Monday morning. Those guys just had Monster Zero on, and they reviewed Salo, or 120 Days of Sodom, and Cannibal.
And believe it or not, they actually want me back on.
He's just being nice.
Filing or not.
Yeah, they're just saying that. Yeah. Man, that's going to be one of the darkest double features ever.
Yeah, that's not nice to do to people.
Yeah. The other guys
The
on
apocalypse
the show,
is coming.
The other guys on the show didn't even watch them.
I heard someone after one of them vomited. For real. Like, legit vomited.
Wasted money, Uncle Paul. I don't need that.
It's true. But I just finished. I am more than 3/4 through the epic Star Wars episode, the Force Awakens one, and those cats bring it. Like, you know, we tease them, we give them a hard time, but the ChaynGang bring it. Tim Nice knows his shit. Bobby Chains is super knowledgeable and super insightful. Like, you know, they're really, you know, they really fucking bring it. And I love Wasted Money and Uncle Paulie's video game segment and his Wasted Media segment. Like, it's cool. Like, that is like a we were lucky to, unlike the Elm Street Kids, which is still cooking. We were lucky to get that as a fully formed program. So it's really great. It's a really great addition to the show.
Yeah, for sure. So go check those out. Right now, so there's a different podcast every day of the week, except for Thursday. We're hoping to rectify that soon in the not too distant future.
Next Sunday, AD.
We'll have an announcement about that. And then quickly, let's get to the Amazon link. We have our friends over at Amazon. We use the affiliate link. Anything you purchase using that link gets attributed to us. Ravenshadow, it doesn't cost them any extra.
But it helps keep the lights on.
That's right. So go to trickortreatradio.com. Go ahead and click on the Amazon photo. And when you make your purchases, and everything you buy in that session gets attributed to us. We also have our friends over at XSplit. XSplit provides the streaming video that you see for the live show on Wednesday evenings. And they also are great for streaming, whether you're doing games, whether you're doing video, audio. Go check them out. XSplit, the link is on our website, trickortreatradio.com. You can check it out there. And give it a shot if you dig it.
Will somebody please medicate Dynamo?
Imagine if Emo Philips narrated the Wonder Years.
What? I think it's funny in your head.
Yeah.
Too many donuts, yo.
I'm thinking about him. Those. I'm thinking about him narrating like Dario Argento films. Like, Susie Banyan went to the dance school in Germany.
Emo commentaries?
Yeah, why not?
Is that going to be a perk of the
that should of the
Patreon?
Dynamo commentary should be done in Emo Philips voice.
I thought you said my emo was terrible.
It is, but I mean, somebody might like it.
Spoiler alert, all my impersonations are awful.
Yes. That is true. So I got to queue up some break here.
Ooh.
Mars, you want to is your story like
it's wicked long.
Okay, so let's hold off on the story till later then.
Fire trucks and the environmental police.
Oh.
Jesus.
I got something quick.
All right, go for it.
Listen, I was thinking about Jedi the other day. Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
All right. What do you mean, oh Christ?
Nothing. I didn't say
Sitting
anything.
there in an empty room thinking about it?
Yes. Doesn't matter where I was, CDR, okay?
He was on the toilet.
Yeah. So I'm thinking about Jedi, and you know what I mean? Like, Jabba has got to be the fucking most stunad gangster ever, all right?
Can I get a translation?
Yeah. It's Italian for dumb.
Okay.
All right, listen. So, motherfucker, because of Luke's machinations, not only does he bring all the leaders of the Imperial Alliance to this fucking Hutt domain, you know what I mean? And luckily, it all worked out in the end. But fucking Jabba at one point had the leader of the Alliance, Leia, Cracker Fanboy Skywalker, who blew up the Death Star. He's got to have a big fucking warrant on his head. Why didn't the motherfucker call the Empire and get the biggest payday of his fucking career?
Didn't he choke him as soon as he showed up?
No. Like, I understand.
He threw him in the Sarlacc pit. That's right.
No, the Rancor.
Rancor pit. Right.
And I understand. All right, you're in my fucking house. You're gonna fucking eaten by the Rancor, and you're pissed. You lost your Rancor. But the motherfucker could have bought like 6 fucking Rancors with the dough that's on Skywalker's head. And then somebody asked me. They say, "Well, do you know who the pilot of the Enola Gay was?" Monster Zero, that's the plane that blew up.
I know what the Enola Gay was.
Kind of stopped World War II.
Listen to this. Him giving him a lesson.
I'm just telling you guys are in Canada. We won World War II. Two-time world champs.
Two-time world champ.
Two-time World War champs. Biggest Montreal.
My life is awful.
Kevin Smith is rolling in his grave. Right
No, he's like Joe Dicanio. He's from Jersey. But don't you guys think that
DJ Jazzy Jeff.
DJ Jazzy Jersey? But don't you think that kind of job? Anyone with me? Like he had everybody there. He could have sold Lando. How long is he gonna fucking hide? Right? Nobody thinks that Jabba screwed the pooch out of his hubris.
Jesus, why do I let you talk?
Is that a word, hubris?
I think
You realize that
No, I
movie's
think
for
that's a
children,
Toyota.
right?
yeah, I think it's a three-headed dog.
Yeah. Who's hubris? I like
Go
your
to
podcast. It's very
That's
hubris.
Cerebus.
Isn't he the advoc?
That's Cerebus.
No, but no one thinks that Jabba fucking fucked up by trying to kill everybody, right? He could have made bank.
I would inject sugar directly into my body.
All right,
All right, CDR.
I'm going to inject air into my veins.
I'm going back to drinking again. Fine. Fuck it. All right. The chat room is in my favor.
The chat room is going nuts. The chat room. Tom C says you need a good movie on your walls. Finally, he was referring to his poster of
Thanks
Robot
so much,
Jones.
Tom C. That's so fucking awesome.
That is really
Yeah.
cool. Tom C also says Ravenshadow, the ferret is fine. I know you were concerned.
I was concerned about your ferret.
Robert E. Ronsky says, wow, that just got dark. I guess I was referring to a few minutes ago. Okay. And he also said, plug. And he also says, Unchained is a very cool show. It's a fun and lighthearted and full of geeky knowledge.
That's how you would describe that show?
And Chain says, thanks, Robert. Your show is pretty awesome, too.
Oh,
Tim
Chains
Nice.
is in there?
Yeah, Chains is here. Tim Nice says, Dynamo, when are you gonna pop the question? And Monsters Hero, I've been wanting to pop a question to you, too. Were you raised in a nest or a cave?
Neither. I was congealed from under a rock.
I'll do it right now. Tim Nice.
Yeah.
Will you marry me?
Will you marry me? Oh, yeah, Tim Nice.
This is like Cody's comments.
Oh, what is going on? And then Nicholas.
Timothy.
Nicholas says, I love when Ravenshadow mixes Dago slang into Star Wars talk.
Yeah.
Dago's or Dagobah.
Dagobah. That's what it is.
Yoda did.
And Patrick corrected you. He says hubris. He said Cerebrus. He corrected you. Robert E. Ronsky says Jabba was a gangster. He probably wanted to involve the government as little as possible.
Duh.
And then
Your buddy Cianci.
Patsy says, would you get rid of Leia?
Well, until
We ain't get no fucking slug
until Jabba comes out with his own pasta sauce.
That's a fucking
Little known
sauce.
fact, guys.
Yeah.
Jabba's party barge was actually called the Stugats.
Puta Stugazza,
Oh, shit. Cody, Nathan Cotton Coy Vance Duke in the chat room says, I was sitting in the garage crying and thinking about Jedi the other day.
And it was the shed.
All right, on that note, I think we need to cut to a fucking
Yes,
break.
please.
Jesus Christ. So we're going to cut to a quick break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to talk about Roar. We'll be back in... Oh, Ravenshadow.
Yeah.
Don't ask him.
Yeah, I got to ask him. You sit down and watch Roar. How does that go? What do you do?
Why do you hate me?
All right, before the movie, and I get
The movie.
Stop asking him questions.
I get the family together, the wife, and we're trying to go over our alibi for the court date on Friday. You know what? Fucking skip this part. I drink a lot of beer, do drugs, watch the movie. Strap on.
I wasn't ready.
I thought you were
it was
a fucking
gonna be-
producer.
All
This
right.
was fucking
I'm going to
Elm Street
fucking
Kids.
produce a
You'd
fucking
have been
commercial.
fucking-
Right now, I'm going to shut you up.
Oh, thank you.
Do you love to dance? The Big Scary Monster Haunts at Midnight is a collection of dark songs about sex, love, death, revenge, and the end of the world. Brought to you by the world's greatest monster hunting electroshock band, the Deadites. insights.
I'm Alex West.
And I'm Andrea Subasati, and we're from the Faculty of Horror podcast.
And you're listening to Trick or Treat Radio.
I will be Burble.
What's up, y'all? It's me, the Yeti. Telling all the ladies that they couldn't be more fine and that we should knock those boots like Frankenstein. When I want to get my nerd on, I go to Facebook and I go to the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group. That's the place where I get to talk about all the hip new horror movies, all the cool comics,
Like comics.
RPGs, video games, you name it, we're talking about shit on there. And you could not be any cooler if you were the coolest kid in school. Be the first kid on your block to swing their cock over at the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group. Just go to Facebook, search for Trick or Treat Radio, ask to join, and it's like Nerd Nirvana, baby, without the shotgun blast. This is the Yeti, signing out. See you at the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group.
Follow us on Twitter at The Deadites, TheDeadites.com, and TrickOrTreatRadio.com.
And we have returned on Trick or Treat Radio.
Hey, Cult of Muscle guys.
Yeah.
If I don't die and throw a big dance party in the spring, will you guys come and sleep on my couch?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
Tell you what, if you die, we'll throw the big dance party. How does that sound?
That's in my will. Now, I suspect you guys will be off the hook, but thank you for saying yes anyway.
All right, so it is time for our film review. We're going to review the film Roar.
Roar.
This film is from 1981. It was just recently
You're the funky drummer.
re-released by Drafthouse Films. The film is rated PG, which is kind of fucking mind-boggling to me, but I guess back in 81 there was no PG-13. But the film is 102 minutes. It is an adventure thriller, and it is directed by Noel Marshall and is written by Noel Marshall, and Ted Cassidy provided some additional script material. And it stars Tippi Hedren, Noel Marshall, Melanie Griffith, John Marshall, Jerry Marshall, Frank Tom, Steve Miller, not the musician guy, but and it features a host of other folks that are crazy fucking batshit assholes for being in this.
I want Marshall to play Sammy Hagar in my Van Halen biopic.
Well, it's too bad that he is no longer alive.
Well, with that sort of lifestyle.
Yeah.
Robert E. Rorsky.
Robert E. Rorsky.
Robert E. Rorsky.
So the synopsis we have here, man, I don't even know if this synopsis can do it justice. It's ravening jungle beasts assemble in flocks to invade an otherwise quiet home where they chase humans up and down stairways from one room to another.
The description of the
That's
film.
the one.
the description on the film from Wikipedia is much better, actually.
No, I agree. I just wanted to read it.
Okay.
Because I saw that the other day.
I know, it's kind of
what
ridiculous.
The fuck?
That's amazing.
Do you want to read it, MZ? You got it?
I can get it.
No, I thought you had it.
Yeah.
No, of course not.
Well, I can get it.
I could get it.
I got 3 screens over
All right,
here.
fine. Fuck you then. Get it.
25 minutes
All right,
into
you know
this-
what? I could get it. Hold on.
Well,
I got it right here.
Jesus
So,
Christ, this is the worst show
Shut the
ever.
fuck up.
It's the worst show ever.
It's not the worst show ever.
Somebody get this guy out of here.
Okay. All right. Whoop.
Oh, it just disappeared.
Yeah, it did, actually. Okay.
Let me just
Hank-
close
Hank-
down my window of tribal scarification.
Hank lives contently with his wild animals, 2 elephants and 110 lions, tigers, leopards, jaguars, and cheetahs. One day his family, his wife and 3 children, arrive to visit him. The only trouble is that he is not at home, but as all his animals are, the visiting family is in for one shocking experience.
Oh man, I have note upon note upon note about this, about like the making of this movie, but barely anything about the fucking movie, because I don't know what's crazier, the stories behind this movie or the actual movie itself.
You know what? My one note is
what?
Dear Draft House Films, bring back Zack Carlson.
Yeah, I know, right? That's it.
Yeah, like the Visitor was crazy.
Yeah,
like Miami Connection's crazy, and this is crazy.
Well, there's no doubt about it. This is a crazy fucking movie.
Yeah,
the fact that it even is made is a testament, I think, to everyone involved to see it through to the end. This is an 11-year. It took 11 years from inception to get this movie made, and they were actually filming for 5 years. Jesus. Because there was members of the cast were getting injured and mauled and near death, and members of the crew were getting also mauled and injured, and people walked away.
It was almost like a Roman Colosseum bloodbath, really.
Yeah, I got
feed them to the lions.
Yeah. So this is a fucking crazy movie. You know what? I'm gonna start it off. Let's throw it over to the Cult of Muscle guys. If one of you guys want to jump on this with some first impressions, and then we'll just kind of like spitball and have a conversation about it.
I've seen it before, so you go ahead, Jake.
All right, I'll say this. The thing that really stuck out about this movie, this is the first time watch for me, was that there's something that's always sort of lurking beneath the subtext in pretty much every found footage movie, especially the ones that really kind of play up the veneer of authenticity, is that, you know, this is found footage and this is being presented for you and this is what happened to X family. But, you know, it's always expertly edited and put together for the means of entertaining a crowd. So that veneer is kind of broken down to a certain degree. This movie feels like the most true to form found footage film I've ever seen in my entire life. This feels like the most horrifying whole movie ever created that was filmed by Jan fucking de Bont.
No kidding, right?
Which is insane in and of itself. Because the idea that this was written is fucking hysterical. There are so many instances where you can just feel that they are just responding to shit that is happening. There's really only one sequence in the movie that feels like an actual cinematic sequence. The rest, pure anarchy, terrifying anarchy.
Mm-hmm.
There's no acting on the part of Matigo.
There's very little
conservationist friend of his.
Yeah.
I think there's very little acting involved with everybody.
Well, I think Noel Marshall is trying. He's trying to do the like.
No, he's being him though.
I don't mean that they're incapable of acting. I think that the fear that they're shown is genuine. I think the reactions that they have towards the animals when they're leaping or jumping or just raising a claw or opening their jaws, their giant mouths. That fear, I think, is authentic. I don't think there's any acting involved when it comes to that.
I will say I think that kind of out of place but entirely accurate monologue that he has where he's like, you know your friends? They are eating your family.
Yeah.
They are sitting around and picking the bones. Like that. Like, you know, that was like out of a movie. But otherwise, I agree with Jakey 100%. Like... I watched this movie on the kind of the edge of my seat, but not for like, not in like a rated Temple of Doom minecart sort of way.
I never had that suspension of disbelief. I knew I wasn't I was watching Noel Marshall do insane shit. That's the only thing I was watching. I wasn't watching a movie. I didn't think about family or anything resembling a story or a plot or anything like that. And it was just one of the most raw, stressful viewing experiences I've ever had. And just the other day I watched fucking Goodnight Mommy, which is a very nerve-wracking and unnerving horror film, and that was like watching a stream on a warm spring morning compared to this movie. This movie fucking really got under my skin because people can imagine, people who haven't seen this, and I'm the same person. You can imagine 12 or so lions,
right?
Or just some scattered, animals about, because that in and of itself is fucking terrifying because these are not, for obvious reasons, domesticated animals. The sheer volume of lethal feline animals in this movie is stunning.
Yeah.
Stunning. It is an absolute, I can't call this movie an adventure or a thriller. The only thing I could say is that this is spectacle. This is pure
snuff film.
Yeah,
almost.
It could have been
pretty much.
It was like a couple probably like a couple teeth away from a snuff film. Yeah,
A few edits away.
Yeah, exactly.
Cut that part out, man.
And it's only more terrifying that so many of the cats are male. Because if you know anything about fucking animals of this kind, they don't play well with each other. So I don't know what Noel Marshall was thinking, putting, you look at how many male lions are hanging out together.
A lot of
That's a
lion
fucking
and tiger
recipe for
balls
just-
in this movie.
Yeah. Just so many swinging lions.
Lions and tigers and balls. Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my.
I think the most unnerving thing about this, other than the knowledge of how much danger everybody was in, other than the knowledge of how much danger everyone was in that, Tippi Hedren and Melanie Griffith are known cinematic commodities, right? So they seemed even more out of place. Was the fact that it really kind of still, through editing and musical choices, struggled to keep the veneer of this madcap, quasi Disney comedy. movie.
Yeah, it feels like one of those 60s, 70s Disney movies. Except
Yeah, it has. I mean, it looks like a travelogue. The way it's shot. I mean, it looks beautiful. A lot of nice scenery, and of course the animals themselves are gorgeous. I mean, they're just the way they're shot when they're not attacking people. When they're just laying about. There's a few scenes of that where they're just laying about. I mean, it's just breathtakingly gorgeous. And,
but it's like they went in to make Freaky Friday and accidentally made Shocking Africa.
Yeah,
pretty much.
It's basically a zombie movie with lions instead of zombies.
Yeah. I wanted to get to this point because it's relevant to what CDR said a couple minutes ago. But apparently, when they were, prepping for the film, they learned that lions are so territorial that the only way to make this work would be if they raised them all together. Because if they brought in lions from other places and put them together, it would not go well. So they had to raise them together so that they wouldn't, be so territorial. So they raised a pride of lions in their fucking Beverly Hills house strictly for the purpose of making this movie.
What?
I wanted to build that house.
And once they had they had over 100 lions living in their fucking house that they had to shut up. They had to move. So it got out of control. They had to move to a ranch north of LA.
You know where they lived?
To fit them.
Main Street.
Jesus Christ.
Let's not start this shit.
Yeah, no kidding. And so Tippi Hedren and Noel Marshall were repeatedly told by animal trainers that they were completely and utterly insane for wanting to make this film.
Well, I'll say this given Tippi Hedren's, cinematic past, especially working with Hitchcock, the fact that she would take on a role like this is really remarkable.
A role like this.
She was like the driving force with Noel Marshall. Yeah. I knew I was going to do it sooner or later.
Lion soldiers.
But regardless, just the idea that someone of her caliber, at least back in the day anyway, would take on a role like this is just mind blowing to me. It looks like she did a lot of her own stunts too.
They weren't stunts. She was getting her ass torn about by lions.
She was really afraid.
No. I'm talking about times. No, I'm talking about like when she dove off the off the log, when she fell off the elephant.
So what's my motivation? Stay alive.
It was self-preservation.
Yeah.
Was this based on anything? Was this someone's like? Was it like a book, the Jungle Book?
It's just
Like-
it's dumb rich people. The movie.
Yeah.
Then can we get
I mean,
like
that's-
Donald Trump in the sequel? Then can we? Fucking...
That's at the heart of it. Like the basis for this movie is Neil Marshall's got this hard on for preserving wildlife, which is a noble thing in and of itself, and through his misguided efforts to kind of through sheer force of insanity and will show that these animals are just playing, or that they're really not that bad, that they're these loving creatures, and he tries to build this sketchy sort of family adventure mixed with anti-poaching, but the whole thing is so remarkably misguided. Like it is
this is
stunning.
This is a pro-poaching movie.
He's consistently subverting his own message by
Yes.
trying to cuddle with these animals and being fucking mauled by them. It's
Yeah,
insane.
I mean, people
wants a
talk about
hug.
the irresponsibility of Cannibal Holocaust. This movie has a huge irresponsibility tag.
Yeah, it's
stigma
so
to it.
surreal. It's so surreal watching him trying to explain to his friend that it's like life, and you got to take the funny with the tragic, and then don't stand down. You need to come at them, and then they'll back off. And then he does it, and they all move in on him
Right.
and tackle him to the ground.
Yeah.
He has no concept of how these animals work. He doesn't have any idea of how to establish dominance over them. Or anything.
I'll tell you what I did like though. I did like the idea, and I think it was only fair for Noel Marshall to do this, is to give the writing and the directing credit to the animals, to the lions,
Right. Yeah, to Simba.
which I think is absolutely right, because they owned this movie.
They probably made him.
They owned this movie. The people are just afterthoughts. The real movie is about these animals, and it was just amazing.
Where was Saba Simba in this?
He was doing a signing in Poughkeepsie.
Can we just talk about for a second that this movie has the worst environmental song in it, like the most heavy-handed worst environmental song since the original American release of Godzilla versus the Smog Monster?
The opening credits in general are ridiculous.
Save the Earth.
I find it dubious the amount of the giant proclamation that they passed the American Humane Society test.
Right.
Any movie that has to scream that from the rooftops the way that this movie does,
It was the very first
instantly
thing.
suspect.
It was the very first thing
Yeah.
in the credits. In the very first thing in the opening credits was the Humane Society.
I just started fucking laughing as soon as I saw that, because I knew that was
It's not
bullshit.
It's not a badge of honor. That's a requirement.
Right,
Like,
right.
be
Right.
proud of that. It's fucking unreal.
I have a question, and maybe somebody knows this. Were those real dead animals?
They had
I think
to
they
have been.
I think they might have tranquilized them.
Yeah, they
they
had to have
could
tranked them.
Well,
They looked really.
one of the other things is there was a lot of animals that did die during the course of the making of the film. I don't know that they died on air, but I know they say that no animals were harmed in this, but
During the filming.
yeah, exactly.
But when they shut off.
Yeah,
So
that's what they said about Milo and Otis.
So some of the things that plagued this production, there was multiple floods.
Emo and Otis.
There was multiple floods, including one that wiped out the entire set, wildfires, and there was a feline illness that decimated their population of cats. And there were, of course, nonstop financial woes. This film cost $17 million to make in '81,
Right.
That's a heavy
and
price
it made
tag.
$2 million.
There's something to be said about that kind of doe-eyed optimism coming out of the 60s, and then it taking this long to come out by 81, by the time when everyone started to turn into yuppies and the whole post-hippie era kind of turned out to be a bit of a sham.
Right.
on a cultural level. It feels appropriate that this movie is not only fighting against that, but also kind of looks like a giant ass for being so opposite.
I agree, and plus, take this from a huge animal lover. Think about what was going on in 1981, both socially and politically, and people were like, "We're afraid that we're gonna fucking die, either get evaporated or die from sex. We don't care about the fucking lions."
Yeah.
Right.
Like there are people who want to fucking. There are people who are stealing airplanes. Like you can die for, like, I heard my friends died from having sex. Like, I don't care about the fucking lions and these crazy rich people. I don't care at all.
I mean, I was expecting the way these lions were attacking in this movie, man. It had me on the edge of my seat every single fucking time.
Even though they had fucking weird, like, comedy.
The music, I know. Very Disney-like.
If you change the music, this is a horror movie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. That was like, that just like.
Oh, yeah. I was expecting another Pit Dernich video, you know? It was crazy the way they were going. The way these lions were just leaping. Even if they were just playing, you just know, one wrong move and somebody's jugular is going to get ripped out.
Oh, Tippi Hedren's almost did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
38 stitches on her neck. Literally like probably less than an inch away from dying.
Melanie Griffith was mauled
surgery.
too.
Yeah,
she had to get surgery, and
on the face.
another small detail is that she never talked to Noel Marshall again after turning 23.
Can't really say I blame her.
Interesting. I didn't read
this
I
movie.
didn't know that.
This movie seemed to ruin his life, his marriage, all of his relationships, his career, everything. I think the perfect.
Somewhere Asia Argento's like, I don't have it so bad.
But there's a moment in the movie, or like sort of the opening sequence with him in the house is like the perfect metaphor for his making of this movie and the effects it had on him. And that's him initially having fun playing with the lions and slowly being mauled. And by the end of the opening, his shirt's almost torn completely off.
Right.
His pants have been ripped off. He's bloodied and beaten.
Yeah.
He looks like Dr. Livingston.
It perfectly exemplifies like what this movie did to him.
I have a question though. Did no one like love Noel Marshall?
Well, some of the lions did.
Like, think of the craziest person we know. Don't say his name, Tiny White. And like, he decided to make a movie about like lions. Don't you think we would be like, like after he got fucking torn apart the first time, look like Bruce Banner, like post like transformation? Don't you think we would be like, come on, Mowgli, come in the house? Like, this is going poorly. Like, put the Jungle Book away, Momashans, and like walk away from the tigers.
Well, I mean, at the same time, like he was at the height of his powers when he started making this because he'd just come off executive producing The
Exorcist.
Yeah.
So I mean, at that point in his career, there was probably a lot of people unwilling to say no to him.
And this was the only film he wrote, directed, and acted in. And this pretty much, like you said, CDR, this is the death knell for his career.
It also has air quotes, like, probably over all those, though, right? Like,
well, imagine watching this movie and knowing the stories behind it. I mean, even not knowing the stories behind it, watching him on screen, there's a pure twinkle of insanity in his
without
eye
a doubt.
The entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big thing that I got away from him, you can say, bravery or stupidity. Dude was just as brave as he was stupid, which is saying quite a bit. That main thing that sort of capped off the intro to the movie, I forget what the damn lion's name was, like Torgo or something.
Torgo.
Torgo.
No.
Yeah.
Torgo.
He was
Togar.
Togar. The whole idea is
Torgo
that,
is from Manos, right?
Yeah, he's from Manos. The whole idea is that he's an elderly lion and he has to be so much more ferocious because he can't catch up to, prey. And so he has to basically just steal the food from people. And there's a section where him and his buddy are just talking, and then Torgo gets into a full-on, like, death match with a couple other lions. And I'll be damned, Noel Marshall coming in like a fucking bat out of hell, screaming, acting like a giant fucking maniac, and he stands like he still flinches, he still backs off because he knows what's up, but like that was death right there. That was death.
Oh yeah.
And somehow I don't know how someone can be so remarkably lucky and unlucky in one stroke. You know what I mean? Like, he is one of the most lucky human beings to have ever lived to survive this, but also have his great passion be something as preposterous as this.
Because if this movie got shut down, right, he still would have lived, and it wouldn't be Dune or anything like that, but it would be like one of those like film trivia notes, of this crazy lion movie that only got half made, and like you'd see like little clips about it and stuff like that, and like stills and stuff like that. But he probably wouldn't have been a pariah. You know, he probably could have gone about and been crazy and done his own thing.
And I'll say this, there is an ounce, maybe just an ounce of like real cinema in this movie where they're basically having to make shit up and then in post kind of craft a set piece around it. But this was, and you see it kind of multiple times, but this was really the only one that worked, which is when his family is there and fucking Togar is just Hulk smashing through door after door. After door, and clearly that wasn't a real like live sequence happening, but the way that it played out, that was the only time I forgot that I was watching insanity and I was watching a movie about a family getting chased by a lion.
Think about this for a second. The safest thing in this fucking movie was that dude's kid flying off the roof on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Like, that's the safest.
Oh my god.
Like,
that shit was so hairy.
Yeah, like not Sammy Hagar Jr. like plunging to his death.
Just to follow up on the thing I was talking about, Noel Marshall. Jesus for Christ.
Neil Jordan.
The
crying game.
The only thing he did after this was he was the executive producer for A Night in the Life of Jimmy Reardon.
What?
Who was in that? That was fucking.
That was
River
Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, his career was pretty much over.
You could have a drinking game in this movie for the amount of times
Oh my
someone
God.
is running and they get fucking chop blocked.
Right,
by a
totally.
lion.
Right.
Yeah, like
that
that's not like a.
happens so many times.
You know, like you don't see that in fucking Spartacus, right? Like that's not like something that like just happens in like even the biggest budget like Hollywood fair now with like a real lion. Like if a lion tackles you, like not even from the center, like from the bottom of the screen in the wrong place and like darts across the room, like that's not planned. Like nobody went, okay, lion. Yeah. Like you zig into the frame to the right and tackle.
Yeah.
There was
the
no
girl
storyboard.
from the birds.
Yeah, it was basically you go in the room, let the lion in, film it.
Yeah.
And just, I know I mentioned it towards the beginning, but it bears mentioning for people who aren't familiar or remember the name Jan de Bont, but that's the gentleman who went on to make Speed and Twister. And I think he did Godzilla, I think. A curious origin story for old Jan de Bont.
I think it's his involvement is the only thing that makes this feel cinematic.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, and this was his first American production. Like, how about that for your fucking first?
Welcome to America, Jan.
Yeah, welcome to America, motherfucker. have a lion like, and he had his scalp torn off. Like he was scalped. He had 220 stitches to fucking put his scalp back on.
Jesus Christ!
And he stayed on.
It was Frankenstein.
Are you kidding me? He better gotten fucking paid well for this.
Making Werner Herzog look like a well-adjusted man.
I know.
Yeah, no kidding. And just to follow up on the Melanie Griffith thing, I found it is she was mauled by a lion, which resulted in over 100 stitches and reconstructive surgery, and she almost lost her eye.
Jesus Christ.
Like, that's fucking legit. Like,
Yeah,
this
it's Melanie
isn't-
Griffith too. That's
Yeah,
not, you
yeah.
know, no offense, but that's not like a scream queen or like somebody at the tail end of their career. Like,
That's somebody who's starting their career.
I was
has a
Here, one more
famous
injury.
mom.
One more injury. This is a good one. Noel Marshall was gored so many times that he eventually was hospitalized with gangrene.
What the
fuck, Christ? What the fuck?
There is so much irresponsibility involved in this film. It's ridiculous.
Was anyone else afraid that in the scene when the lion was like rolling around with Melanie Griffith that we were going to get some like lion rape?
No.
Like,
No.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
I was
What the
worried.
fuck is wrong with
I
you?
didn't expect that from him.
No.
I don't know
Maybe a
what
little
you.
bit.
I don't believe you that you were worried.
Yeah, so, exactly. Like, anybody hoping the lion would fuck her?
No.
Fuck her.
No.
Fuck her, lion. Fuck her.
No.
Oh my God.
Say Thundercats ho.
Was one of the lions played by Burt Lahr?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
But what I found really bizarre is the editing style of this film. There's something about this. about
Because scenes
this.
didn't get finished right because
No,
the
no, no.
cameraman got gored.
No, I understand about the lions and everything because, like I said, the lions pretty much took over this movie. But I'm talking about also the scenes in which no lions or any animals, for that matter, were involved. There was just a bizarre, really kind of frantic editing style to this film. Did anybody else catch that?
Well, I mean, you're dealing with we only saw people in front of the camera. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't see anybody behind the camera.
Right.
I'd imagine it's just as chaotic because how are you supposed to set things up? How are you supposed to hold a boom mic or whatever? Are you supposed to transport a camera without getting mauled at any given moment? So I have to imagine, like, this must have been totally slapdash. And then
no. I agree. I agree. I'm talking about where there's no animals.
No, but I mean, in general, even though there was no animals there was probably animals there, though. Like, even though the camera wasn't pointing at them, like, there was over 200 like lions there. Like,
well, it feels like even the scenes that don't involve lions are chaotic, though. I mean, the way he introduces the brothers is by them just fucking screaming at each other and then dragging the entire family into the dirt for a fucking mud fight. Like a dry mud fight. What is that scene? They just start working, like he's talking about karate and shit, and then they just drag the mother and sister onto the ground with them. And
it's true.
I mean, clearly the field general for this movie, being the director, is a man who has skewed priorities and probably a bizarre sense of what is appropriate or artistic or whatever. So I think it's just indicative of just an amateur director. Who has.
I think it ends up making the family kind of unlikable.
Right, I agree.
Totally does. Totally does.
Like. I mean, let's be honest. This guy is Noel Marshall is one Melanie Griffith eye away from being a Batman villain. Like, he is completely out of his fucking tree. Like, no pun intended. Like, he's nuts. Like, think about it. It's like, I want you to ride no stuntman, right? Not Sammy Hagar Jr. I want you to ride your motorcycle
Ride 55
in the way of like
Evil Knievel.
with one rampaging 50-ton elephant behind you and one running towards you.
The elephants too, man, skewering the fucking canoes with their goddamn tusks.
Yeah.
I've never seen that shit before.
No. Well, that shit doesn't happen.
That elephant destroying that fucking boat. What a dick!
What a jerk!
Tippi Hedren, didn't she break her leg doing that?
Yeah, and I think she also got a concussion or hurt her head on that one too. So
and the elephant was chasing after Sammy Hagar Jr. It's like and he's running and it's like and I'm like, oh shit,
yeah,
because
if you go on IMDb, there aren't a lot of not Sammy Hagar Jr. credits to be had, so he could have very easily been trampled by that elephant.
He couldn't drive 55.
Yeah,
in it. Yeah.
I'm surprised that no one in this movie came out as Davros from Doctor Who, though, like a fucking big pudding head mess.
They look like Gary Oldman from Hannibal.
Yeah, just a fucking disaster.
I felt really bad for the one line who got a sneaker in his big old saber tooth.
I did too.
They kept focusing on that. He looked so pissed.
Yeah, he couldn't get it out.
And that's why.
I mean, that's the thing. We're talking a lot about the animal maulings and stuff of the people, the people getting hurt. But I mean, it is pretty fucking shitty to have that number of animals together.
Absolutely.
And mixing the breed of cat, you shouldn't have tigers and jaguars in there with them. And they even say it in the movie.
Yeah.
Why are you bringing tigers to Africa? They shouldn't be here.
Right. That is my main, and that's probably not my main, but that's my. I think that with not having an attachment to any of these actors or anything like that, I think I might have actually enjoyed seeing them get fucked up if it just didn't look like what really bothered me and really made me angry is the terrible, obvious living conditions of these animals.
Yeah.
It really, bugged me.
And that's the thing. I'll mention it when we get to not rating, whatever it is, the trick or the treat. Yeah. But this movie's worth watching once. But once you watch it once, what you're left with is just animals being put in a condition that is very unnatural and very clearly very unhealthy for them, as well as the very obvious danger to a family. And I mean, once you get past that, like once you get past the first, the spectacle of it, the shock of it all, what do you got?
It just made me feel awful.
It's not a good movie.
No.
It
It's
just made me
worth
feel
watching
terrible.
as a spectacle, and it's at least more entertaining, I guess, than something like Dangerous Men. But it also kind of makes you wonder, like, how many of these can Draft House dig up? Because they seem more interested in the stories behind the movies they find.
Yeah. I would love to see a documentary on the making of this film.
I think that and I made a joke about it before, and we're quasi friendly with him, or at least we're for a while. I feel like if you look at what's happened with Grindhouse since Zack Carlson stopped Draft House rather being their what was his role? His Wolfie,
the curator, programmer.
Curator and programmer. Like Miami Connection has so much heart. Like this film is just like almost the opposite of Miami Connection. Like this is this is a maniac who, like, if you look at like just the bullet point, like the thing they have in common is someone who didn't really know how to make a movie making a movie that he should have never made, with qualities that he never should have made. But there is I guess I don't want to say mean-spirited because I don't know. Obviously he was he loved these animals, I guess, to a degree, but was so monomaniacal and so ignorant that, even the fact of having 100 lions in his home, on his property or whatever, was just totally, irresponsible for the animals and for the people around and everything else. It just seems like right now, in going into 2016, and to echo on that they're more interested in the stories behind the movies than the movies, but they don't have heart. Like Miami Connection made me feel good that it got made and this guy's vision got out to the world to some degree.
That was kind of our problem with Dangerous Men too. Like the story behind it it's not like a nice story. It's like an angry dude who by force of will made a bad movie and mistreated his daughter and was just mean to everyone.
I guess that's a trend with filmmakers mistreating their daughters on Draft House.
But so I guess I'm not always good at articulating my point, but I just feel to make a very broad statement that I feel and I think his last thing that he was involved in, I could be wrong, he might have left before this, was The Visitor. But
no, he was responsible for that.
Yeah, so I mean, that's fucking bizarre and bug shit, but that was someone else's labor of love.
It's a fucking mind-boggling movie.
And no one got fucking hurt.
No.
Both those films, are people's labor of love that are these bizarre oddities, and it just seems like whoever is running the ship now, missed that part of it. It's just trying to find this
most
weird
importantly, most importantly, those movies are entertaining without knowing anything about them.
True.
Right.
You don't have to know a whole shitload of horror stories behind the making of them. They can exist on their own.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're like a touring carnival, and they have these oddities, because that's kind of what it is before. And I like Draft House, so I'm certainly not disparaging them for the most part, but it's almost like they take these oddities and they tour them around to theaters, have them play, build up a lot of hype about them, and before they hit Blu-ray, DVD, and VOD, and they're really good at it, and they build a lot of hype for the films that they release, because this was talked about for a long time, and they even held off the release of it on digitally because it was selling so well in theaters that they kept going with that kind of roadshow concept,
I would have been pissed if I saw this in the theater. Sorry, Jake.
I will say this. I refuse to give Zack Carlson any credit because he is the man responsible for bringing Blonde Death into my life on The Cult of Muscle, which is notorious as my most hated film. And for all the good things that Zack Carlson does, he also has remarkably questionable taste in the things that he loves. But hey, them's opinions.
That's like ChaynGang. Jesus, though, that whole burning, bleeding skull,
oh
god, stuff like that.
Set him on fire.
Ledger in the chat is hanging out in the chat room.
Hey, Ledger.
And he says, best quote about this flick, like watching a live-action Lion King as Mufasa holds a switchblade to your throat. Yep, it's pretty accurate. And D-Rock is hanging out from Unchained. He's in the chat room. D-Rock says, lions are people too. And
damn straight.
Cody says, anybody else notice that this movie where people are being murdered by animals nonstop is cut kind of weird?
It's a film podcast, Cody. We talk about film technique. Right, Ravenshadow?
We could get Cody on the show sometime.
He's elusive.
Fucking love that dude.
Yeah. I told him, like, he was like, I was able to meet him down in Texas when I lived down there. He's like, oh, you guys need to do the Half Past Dead movies. And I was like, bro, we will do them in a heartbeat. Get yourself a microphone.
Yeah.
Give us a ring, and we'll do this shit. But homeboy would rather just lurk in the shadows, throwing out them hot shots like a Nancy boy. So sack up, get a $12 microphone from Walmart, and see what's up. That's all I got to say about that.
Maybe when you sleep over Ravenshadow's house, you could borrow his.
Yeah.
Lord knows he ain't using it.
Hey.
And Ledger we did touch on this, but Ledger has the stats on Tippi Hedren's injuries. It says Tippi Hedren received a fractured leg and also had scalp wounds. This occurred after the elephant bucked her off its back while she was riding it. She wasn't really riding it either. She was kind of like
sitting on top of it.
Well, no, she got flung on top.
What
of
did
it.
she do after?
Yeah,
this?
that's true.
And says she was also bitten in the neck by a lion and required 38 stitches.
Jesus. Was she in a De Palma movie? Like, I feel like she did maybe
You know what I
one
did
thing
like?
after this.
You know what I did like? I don't know if this was an actual.
He just ignored your question.
Nobody cares what I say.
No, you were looking. I figured you look. I thought you were looking it up, so
I'll
I
look it
figured
up,
while
yeah.
you're looking
This
it
film
up, I'll
was
bring
very
this up.
well lit.
No. Am I the? I don't know if this was I don't know if this was a direct reference, but the part where she's walking into the hut for the first time or whatever, and she sees a bird flying through. I don't know if that was like a call to the birds or whatever. Maybe.
Yeah, because there's no birds in the fucking jungle.
You know what the sad thing is? So she's been in a ton of stuff since, but from 1976 to 1981, she didn't do anything because she was working on this, I'm sure. So for those 5 years, she didn't do anything.
Wow. She was in some low budget stuff though,
But she's been in a movie almost every single year since then. She's
not a whole lot notable. A lot of TV work,
the
a lot of TV
Boneyard
movies.
collection.
Yeah.
Marnie and the birds and
Her morbid desires.
Oh, she
got some work. She
was Queen Hippolyta on The Brave and the
Brave
Bold.
and the Bold, yeah.
That's pretty
I
cool.
actually knew that and forgot. She was in Dark Wolf, which was a film that Johnny Wolfenstein's boss at the video store gave me screeners of 4 times.
She looks better now than Melanie Griffith does.
Oh yeah.
Oh brother. Oh bother.
I'll just say this. 15 years ago, I got to meet Tippi Hedren, and had I have known about this film, I would have barraged her with questions about this film rather than talk to her about her time with Hitchcock.
Yeah.
This is far more interesting.
She maybe doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, she probably has happy memories with Hitchcock. It's probably like asking somebody about a notorious assault that they've had to endure and just grill them about that.
Well, she did write a book about this that came out in 1985. So I haven't had a chance to research that at all. I don't know what that's like, but she did write a book about her experience making the movie. So
Really?
yeah,
That's gotta be
time to find that.
I'll find the title of it.
Yeah, hunt that down.
I feel awful for saying this, but like I feel like.
But you'll say it anyway.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like it's. I never even realized this. I guess it's one of those things that you kind of know, but if you don't think about it, you don't realize like her career was in 2 years, really, for the most part. Like 63 and 64, she did The Birds and Marnie, and then after that,
Marnie,
she's like really.
Marnie.
Yeah, she's. Jesus Christ. Why do I even get out of bed? I got one fucking foot in a grave and the other in a banana peel, and I'm sitting here listening to this fucking douchebag. It's the worst.
You got Edmonds though.
I do.
That's it? Nothing else?
Don't look at me. So yeah, like I like if you would ask me, I would have thought that Tippi did a lot of notable things. But I guess I was wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Yep.
Ravenshadow,
Like
you have not
showing up today, for instance.
Ravenshadow, you have not said a fucking thing. You didn't see this movie.
I did not. We still fucking talking about the fucking lions? It's fucking.
Yeah.
Really?
Did you see it?
I did.
The whole thing.
Yeah, I don't.
What
like
happens at the end?
The fucking spoiler alert. The Lions win.
Oh, God.
It's like the end of Rocky IV.
I don't like animal movies, man.
Put them up.
Put 'em up. Yeah, these guys fucking had courage.
Was David Allen Greer one of the lions?
You didn't. So you didn't see this.
I did. They're running around. The black guy got bit by a fucking lion.
No, we didn't.
Oh,
He got
God.
chased. No,
The bit.
well, what the fuck?
You
There's
didn't
lions.
fucking see
You
it.
did not watch that.
Just be honest. Just be
You
honest.
didn't
Lazy
watch it.
Susan. There
What
was a
Lazy
fuck-
Susan?
Yeah, it's in a house.
I know what a Lazy Susan is.
Yeah, there's a lion popping out.
Just be honest.
That was fucking weird in the attic.
God.
In the cupboards.
attic?
Yeah.
What attic?
What attic?
The house in the lawn
And-
box.
What about the UFO? Remember the UFO?
No, lions can't fly UFOs. That'd be fucking weird.
All right, so the name of her book was Cats of Shambhala, and it came out in 1985. That's the name of Tippi Hedren's book.
It's the name of
I
my
wonder if
book.
that's available. I'd like to read it.
Let's look on the Amazon link.
Yay!
Yeah, lions roar.
Somebody see if there's a pop-up book version for Monster Zero.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm sorry, that's mean.
Yeah, and you also pointed at the wrong guy because at least I watched the movie.
It's true.
Yeah, but your name Monster Zero though. He didn't point. He
Get
said
it
the
cheap.
name. No, the movie. Yeah, it's fuck. Yeah,
No, yeah.
I agree with everybody else said. It was fucking scary.
Jesus.
The Cats of Shambhala is available hardcover from $12 on Amazon.
Nice.
I'll get that.
Nice. I might have to pick that up.
Let's put $2 in a piece.
You can't read.
It's the pop-up book, right?
Get a picture book, a picture coloring book.
We got a
of
contest
Roar.
to talk about.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, but you didn't see this fucking movie.
I did see the
Come
fucking
correct.
movie.
Come correct.
I correctly saw it. I put it in the DVD player and watched the lions run around for a fucking hour and 30 minutes.
Then you passed out.
No, but yeah, it was. I mean, what am I
No,
gonna
but
tell you?
yeah.
See, this is what happens. You've turned Ravenshadow into a self-fulfilling prophecy. You got to be like, but Michael Ravenshadow, I want to know your real opinion on this, man. Like, I really want to hear what you got to say. You should watch what we're covering next week. Be like an affirming, positive thing. If you keep saying you didn't watch the movie, then he takes that as an implicit sort of acceptance. We need to build a better Ravenshadow.
Is this true, Ravenshadow?
You're so fucking right. I really understand why she said yes now. In fact, part of me wish she said no, so I could say yes, and we could just not watch movies together for hours.
Jesus Christ.
And that'd be something special.
You get Netflix and chill?
Yeah.
I fucking love you, other one.
Do you take the other one?
You're such a dick.
Oh,
You.
why?
Why?
The other one.
No, it's fucking Jicky.
It's Jicky?
I'm getting
No.
It's Jickly.
Jicky with it.
He's my Jakey Boo. You know what I'm saying there?
Jickly Puff.
Welcome back, Cotter character, Jicky.
Yeah, and this very special white shadow.
Does anybody else know why Turbo Kid costs $40?
Because it's not
Because it's
available.
worth
on the state. It's not available on the States yet.
Canadian import.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom C says it's too bad. Tom C says it's too bad Ravenshadow wasn't acting during the time of this film. Throw him to the lions or throw him at a mean elephant. Whatever gets him to shut up.
Just go fuck yourself, Tom.
Patsy Rahal says he's watching the movie at triple speed now on his phone so he can contribute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That ledger says it's true. Why the hell can't he get bitten in the throat by a lion? Tom C, he could contribute. He could watch the movie 100 times and still have nothing to contribute.
Good.
And Ledger wants to know if there's another room that you can do the show from.
Who?
What room?
Them.
Go in the hot tub, Ledger. Hold your breath.
Oh my God.
Wait, Patsy says Ravenshadow's like a garnish on a steak, fucking useless and should always be discarded.
Who the fuck said that?
Patsy.
Who the fuck? What? We're still talking about the fucking Lion movie. It was bad judgment. OSHA should have been brought on board. Don't film with fucking lions. What was the fucking guy that said, don't work with... No, I'm going to fucking keep talking. All right? Go fuck yourself. When's the next book coming out? We'll wait. Stephen King was hit by a bus. All right? No, listen, don't work with animals. Don't work with water.
Who's he? I don't even know who he's yelling at.
I'm mad at everybody. Me and Jakey Boo. I'm going to vibe with him.
Who's making a book?
The other one.
The other one.
Jakey Boo.
Yeah.
I always get really nervous when I don't know who he's yelling at.
Stephanie says, Ravenshadow, come on, man. Get your shit together.
I'm fucking what? We're still talking about the fucking lions. Noah's movie? What was wrong with fucking Val Kilmer? That's a fucking movie.
Just knowing the subject we're talking about isn't enough, buddy.
No, I mean, you ever see The Ghost in the Darkness? That was based on a true story. They fucking stole
Nicholas
that
says Ravenshadow's like a Parkinson's patient with a stutter trying to explain a movie.
Yeah.
But whose book was he talking about?
He's talking about Patsy.
Oh.
I was taking a jab at Penn. What about you're fucking next too.
I didn't say anything.
I know, but you're pushing me.
Christ.
I'm just over here minding my own business. I'll push you right out that window.
Why don't you buy both chocolate covered?
He's like a fucking millennial. No accountability. He doesn't watch the movie. He doesn't take
I
it.
saw the
He
movie.
blames
Everyone
everyone
else's
else.
fault.
Yeah, you saw the movie, but did you watch it?
Yeah, I heard the soundtrack, but did you listen to it?
Jesus Christ.
We're still talking about the fucking lions. Yeah, lions is a bad. I want a fucking documentary about this. What? We're still with the lions.
All right. I think it's over.
It's over, Johnny. It's over.
Yeah, they were lions. They were fucking lions. People got bit. Did you ever see Working Girl?
Oh, these lions hiding behind the drapes. They were jumping out scared of these black guys.
Yeah. They chased the black guy.
Oh, love you, Ledger.
Ledger?
He's the one that said that.
He said in the chat room. All right, I guess we're going to go to the fucking verdict.
Yeah,
we talking too much about this fucking flick.
That's what I'm saying.
Trick or treat, baby.
I wonder if people would say you're a trick or a treat.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
All right, it's verdict time. We're going to tell you whether this flick was a trick or a treat, and any final thoughts we may have. Mr. Mars.
Trick.
MZ.
Oh, boy. You know, I love films that go against the grain, especially in shit like this.
Of course you do.
I really do.
I know.
Man, I am so on the fence about this. There's so many good things about it, but there's so many... But the few bad things that are really outweigh that. I'm going to have to say a trick, but a tepid trick at that.
I think it's barely a treat.
Yeah, that's worse.
All right.
Tepid trick means worse than a trick.
Then it's a trick. Trick. It doesn't matter. It's a trick.
A tepid treat, but barely a trick. Isn't that what it is?
Yes. Yes. Whatever. I get
It's a trick. I'm saying trick.
Ravenshadow.
All right. You know, I mean, I think the context of this film really takes me. It reminds me of a.
Listen to this. Listen to this.
You know, I feel kind of like, you know, Morgan Freeman. No, who was the guy that was locked up for a while?
Can you elaborate?
Who was the guy that was locked up for a while?
Yeah.
Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Do you mean Nelson Mandela?
Thank you, that guy. Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
How did you get that?
How the fuck did you get that? What are you two sharing the same fucking brain or something? What the hell is going on here? Nelson fucking Mandela.
The guy that was locked up.
Jesus Christ.
I was gonna say Stallone.
50 million people in the history of this world have been locked up
Yeah,
and he nails the one guy that Ravenshadow's talking
because
about.
Dynamo's fucking paying attention.
That's more of an indictment on Dynamo.
All I'm just saying is that Africa's a scary place.
Get the fuck back here. I think he's got a headache.
I think it's because Morgan Freeman played Nelson Mandela.
Did he? Let's watch that movie. Listen, at the end of the day, you should always be able to beat up your pets.
Oh my God! What?
Yeah. You know, I love my
Shut
dog.
the fuck
No,
up.
I love my dog Oliver. He's a little Bichon Frise.
Yeah, but you kick him.
No, if I had
I've
to.
seen you kick him.
I've never kicked my dog. I never did. Don't say that. That's fucking mean. No, but you should be able to beat up a pet. It's a weird movie.
Did we kill those guys?
CD, I'm getting a phone call.
Yeah, it's your dad. He finally found Trick or Treat Radio.
I got it.
I'm listening now.
Last time there was more porn. So, tepid treat.
Holy shit! We had a couple people guess Nelson Mandela in the chat room. I think it was when right before he did, or like about the same time. It was my buddy Ryan and also Patrick. Ledger says, "Oh my sweet sweet fuck." He says, "I'm actually slamming my head into the wall."
You would think that Ravenshadow would get the point after his childhood nickname his whole life was condoms.
Who's the guy that was locked up?
He knew what I was saying.
Who's the guy that was locked up?
For a long time.
It's easy. I just have to try to be racist and dumb. Like, I just have to put myself in that place.
God damn it.
Oh, Jesus.
Alas, poor small dick.
Jesus fucking Christ.
All right, well.
What do you guys think? When am I going to guest star on your show?
Never.
Yeah, that's the best part. Whenever we get invited on, he's baffled of why he wasn't.
Because they want people going to watch the movie.
Right.
I saw the movie. Lions ran amok. I got fucking bored.
Jesus Christ. You could tell that by the synopsis.
No. I'm aware. We're still doing a podcast. Don't you worry about me. I got a grasp on all of this shit. I know where I am. Doing shoulder checks and everything up in here. I got us a table.
Oh, shit. Ledger says, "Can we please impeach Ravenshadow?"
Hey!
And Stephanie seconds the motion to impeach you.
What does Stephanie's mom
All in
have to
favor,
say
say
about
aye. Aye.
Wolfie.
What's that?
I want to know what Stephanie's mom has to say on the subject.
Yeah, you're a nice young boy.
I'm a pleasure to have in class.
All right, I guess I'll go. I think it's really fucking difficult to call this a good movie but I think it has to be viewed as a cinematic landmark that it was fucking made. This is like and I think it was mentioned earlier. This is like a Disney film gone horribly wrong. It's like if the
I
animated
thought that was John Carter.
Yes. It seems so cute and cuddly, like, and sweet at times, but then it's so fucking vicious, gruesome, and scary at other times. And there's not much of a plot to speak of because the filmmakers just had to cobble together whatever footage they were able to get into a somewhat cohesive story. Its existence alone, I think, makes it a morbid curiosity that must be seen. And the fact that this was even greenlit is fucking still blows my mind, let alone making it and finishing it.
He didn't make it with his own money?
No, he did. Well, because this is a note I didn't get to, but I guess the financiers pulled out after 2 years into production, and it forced Hedren and Marshall to sell virtually everything they owned to personally finance what would become, they basically financed $5 million themselves because all the financiers pulled out. So with no human casualties, I guess it has to be viewed as a success on that fact alone. But with all the fucking injuries and the stories, this is ridiculous. And it's hard to really recommend this flick, but I think it's one of those that if you're curious, you just have to satisfy that curiosity and see it. You'll never see another movie like this, that's for sure. And it's just blatant like disrespect for life, not human life, not animal life, but just life period. And it's really tough to call this a good movie. And I'm like you, and I'm bordering on what to say about this. And I'm pretty much right down the middle because it's not a good movie, but it's one of those things you just have to kind of see once in your life. So for that reason alone, I'm just going to call it a tepid treat. And this is like barely a fucking treat at all. So I'll definitely never watch this movie again. That's for sure. Let's kick it on over to CDR.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel the same way. It's definitely it's one of the most interesting cinematic oddities. So I think it's worth, like, it's a one-time treat. Watch it once and read the IMDb trivia, and then never think of it again.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, Jakey Poo.
One-time treat. It's like an everlasting gobstopper where the first layer is delicious, and then once you get past the first layer, it's just concrete, a big concrete ball.
Concrete, like nothing. Nelson Mandela was stuck behind.
So one-time treat. That's it. Toss it away once you're done. Free Nelson Mandela.
Nelson.
Tippi Hedren, yeah, he was cool, like the computer head with the glasses. Not a noise song, that guy.
After the rain, Nelson Mandela.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit, Patsy's he's throwing back at you.
What?
He says, I wish Ravenshadow's dad had pulled out.
So do I.
So do I.
So do we.
I don't wish that. Because they would have got it all over me.
That's weird.
He would have got it all over you? Yeah. You're his mom?
What were you doing there?
That's weird.
I was with Mrs. Shadow.
You're Ravenshadow's mom?
That's weird.
You mean Dynamo's my dad?
I am one of three options of Ravenshadow's dad.
Jesus Christ.
Me, Monster Zero, and Dad is Shadow.
That's weird. That defies something.
All right. Well, that's gonna end the fucking. That's gonna put the fucking death blow into this fucking review. Fucking lion teeth into this fucking review.
I want to get eaten by a lion right now.
Please.
You could be the next Pit Durnage. Who knows?
At 2?
Oh man. All right. So next week
at 2 to extraterrestrial.
We're not going to be able to do the flick I won't.
2 doesn't. Sorry.
They wouldn't let him phone home.
All right. Well, I was going to do something else next week, but we didn't have a chance to get it all together because the show was running late. So we're going to do a Netflix pick next week to kind of like reset things, and then we're going to dive back into the thick of things. We have some pretty good guests coming up. I don't want to name any names yet because the ink isn't dry quite yet, but we have a guest scheduled for next week. We have basically every 2 weeks, I think we have a guest in the next, I guess next month or something like that. So should be pretty cool. But next week we're going to review a flick that's available on Netflix, and it's called Queen of Earth. Not quite sure how this one's going to go over, but I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Is it a cartoon?
No.
I wish it was a cartoon.
Did you see it?
No, it looks like they're wearing green hair.
Jesus Christ.
You did this on purpose, didn't you? Because you don't like me. You're trying to make my last days on Earth miserable.
No. This was one that was on the list.
Yeah, but and then you told it to me, you read it to me in Monster Zero, and we were both like, we don't think we want to do that.
All right. Well, if you guys come during the break, if you come up with an alternate, well, I'll let you swap it out. But I think at this time we're gonna say goodbye to CDR. So sad.
I love you, CDR.
You're going on a little trip, CDR?
Yeah, I'm going back home, up island to the middle of nowhere, Canada. The land of 2 gigabyte internet caps.
Oh God, is that where they filmed The Thing?
A little bit further north.
Further north than that? Holy shit!
I can drive to the end of my hometown and look at Alaska though.
Wow, that's crazy. So how long you going up there for?
2 weeks.
I love my parents, but I don't love them that much. Like that's very committed of you, CDI.
Yeah. Well, don't get any, like, I'm sure there's no lions up there, but hopefully you don't get mauled by some snow beast or yeti or
Everything's
something.
tiny there. All the animals are introduced, so the bears are small and the deer are tiny. You can kick everything to death. Right?
See? That's smart.
Ravenshadow will be right at home.
No, you don't want to, but if it comes down to it, push comes to shove.
Jesus Christ.
Good luck
I will kill a weaker animal.
Yeah. Come here, you fucking Robin.
Everything on that island is pickled and canned. So,
yes.
Yeah.
Do you have to drive over ice to get there?
No.
Like, can you only go a part of the year?
If you want to drive, it takes 2 separate 12-hour ferry rides to get there.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
they actually
Jesus.
recently there was a documentary about that island made that won, I think, Best Picture at Hot Dogs.
At Hot Dogs?
Hot Dogs. Documentary film festival.
It won the Best Picture at Hot Dogs.
You getting hungry, huh?
Yeah, I'm starving.
All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for this. So CDR, we thank you, my friend, for coming on. I know it was, you had a lot going on with packing and stuff, so we appreciate you spending some time with us. It's always a pleasure to do so, and we hope you enjoy your time up in Antarctica.
Jesus.
Thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure on my part as well, except for talking to Ravenshadow.
Hey, man. I like you very much.
He actually
You're the worst.
He actually
Really? You couldn't be that's nice.
He actually knows your name, CDR.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Chris Davies Rowan.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah. Oh, is that kayfabe? I'm
He
sorry.
knows my name and he has spatial awareness.
Yeah. Your beard flowing. Like the hair.
Oh.
Yeah, I like your hair.
all right, so we're gonna go to a break. When
It's
we,
getting creepy.
yeah, when we come back, we'll be
Single white raven shadow.
when we come back, we'll be with hanging out with Jakey Poo. Nice. Maybe we'll just shoot the shit for a little bit, and then we're gonna go ahead and do the winners of the contest.
Nice.
So I'm gonna get that set up, and if you guys want to pick something else, let me know during the break.
I sent it to you.
Oh, okay. I haven't checked yet. All right, so we'll be back in just a moment. CDR, take care, bud.
See you, bud.
Bye.
The following message is a paid advertisement for The Cult of Muscle podcast. The Cult of Muscle. You're either in it or you're dead.
It's the dawning of a new age. The halls of Valhalla have been shuttered. The heroes of yore have either retreated to the shadows or taken to capering for the amusement of the small folk. Their past glories a distant memory. The barbells have been torn from their once puma-strong grips. The beards shorn from their square jaws, only to be transplanted onto flannel-clad, puny weaklings with fingers barely powerful enough to strum a ukulele. The time has come, my brothers, to restore order from the chaos. No longer will our heroes be forgotten. No longer will their great deeds be viewed through a foggy lens of irony. Hear now our rallying cry as we scream it from the mountaintops, as we bellow it from iTunes and Libsyn and Facebook. It's time to join the cult, my brothers. So don your cloaks and enter the Cult of Muscle.
Hello, darlings. It's your favorite whiskey-drinking, litigious, singing, dancing fantasy girl. Want to reach out to me and the world's greatest monster-hunting multimedia organization, the Deadites? Log on to Facebook.com/The Deadites. It's got all the info you need to follow the world's greatest monster hunting band, like live appearances, info on your favorite Deadite, music, and all the links you need to our new weekly multimedia and all our side endeavors. Too many letters on Facebook? That's okay, sugar. Just follow us on Instagram and Twitter at The Deadites. Hope to see you soon, and we'll leave the lights off.
All right, we have returned to Trick or Treat Radio. That was a fucking crazy review, huh?
That was. That film was weird, man. That was one of the more interesting movies we've ever seen.
Yeah, and we've seen some pretty interesting ones.
Yeah.
So we are going to call an audible. These guys did find a movie, and it was one that was on the list, so we're going to go ahead with it. When I talk about the list, it's we have this long list of films that we curate, I guess, over the course of the year, and we try to hit ones that are relevant, that are just coming out on VOD. But sometimes there's a little lull when there's not much coming out that's all that interesting, and now is one of those times. So Dynamo and MZ put their heads together and picked out the movie Pod, which we actually had our eyes on anyways. So that was one that we were thinking about doing. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Bill by Force from Outside the Cinema had mentioned that movie to us last time he was on the show. And it's directed and written by Mickey Keating. And it also stars the guy who keeps popping up on the show, Larry Fessenden.
No shit. Nice.
Yep. So we're going to go ahead and we'll review Pod next week. That is on Netflix. So if any of you guys want to play along at home, you can go ahead and check that out and come back. And if you want, let us know what you think. Leave us a voicemail, email, podcast@trickortreatradio.com, and we'll review that shit next week. All right. So what I figured what we could do is we'll shoot the shit a little bit with Jakey Poo, and then we'll get to the contest and go from there. So I guess one of the things that we should probably talk about, and I know Jake is is a fan of the wrestling, the Pororesu, and apparently there was some big news. You want to talk about this for a little bit, Dynamo?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm kind of down in the dumps about it.
I know you
I'm
are.
in the minority. Like, I just feel like this is... It's a weird thing. So, like, when this was going on with, like, ECW, like, we were tear ass and stuff like that, because we were kind of immature about it. We wanted our people to stay in our little thing and like be in the place we liked it. And when it happened in Ring of Honor, it was kind of at a downtime for Ring of Honor. Like it had just got bought and it wasn't, you couldn't see it in our area, let alone like go see live shows. Like we used to go, Jakey, we used to be able to see 1 or 2 Ring of Honor live shows like a month.
Oh, man.
Yeah, like
maybe not that often, like every 3 or 4 months probably.
Well, no, I mean, because I would go to Connecticut.
Oh.
And, I would go to,
okay, because they were just northeast.
Like within an hour or 2 hour drive, I could catch Connecticut. There were 2 different Massachusetts markets. There was one down by the ocean, and there was like Boston proper. So when the Bryan Danielsons and CM Punks and all that stuff was happening, like it was on a downtime. You know what I mean? Now, this latest talent acquisition, which is mostly from New Japan and a tad of Ring of Honor. This is the first one where I won't say I've gone full circle, but I think I finally have given up on the E, in the sense where I was hoping that all of my favorite wrestlers being there at some time was going to improve the direction of the product. And I don't want it to be like Ring of Honor. I don't want it to be like New Japan. I want it to be like wrestling was when I loved it, when and even WCW was for a little while. Wrestlers have their own style, and what makes the art form interesting is when those styles intersect. And wrestlers who have those great 4-star matches, aren't necessarily wrestlers who have the same exact style all the time. You know, for every Flair Steamboat, you have Flair Savage, and those two are very different animals. Forget about things like Flair, Dusty Rhodes and stuff like that. Like those were, two things. But
let me interrupt you really quickly, Dynamo, just because I want to talk about the story, because we haven't mentioned any names, so people who don't know what's going on won't know what's going on. But apparently, the WWE has reportedly, this is just a rumor, signed some of the big stars from New Japan and Ring of Honor. First and foremost, I guess
But you summed it up.
I guess the one that most people would probably know would be AJ Styles, because he wrestled here in America for a very long time
TNA
for TNA,
a long time.
and at the tail end of WCW.
Right.
And then we also have Shinsuke.
There you go.
That's from Jakey Poo's lesson. Shinsuke Nakamura, who is by far one of the, if not the greatest wrestlers in the world right now.
Yeah.
And also a couple other members of the Bullet Club, Machine Gun Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, or Doc Gallows, I guess, is his name in New Japan. Reportedly, those four have signed with the WWE. And three of them are members of the Bullet Club, which is formed by Finn Balor, or, if you will, Prince Devitt.
Prince Devitt.
Who is now the NXT champion. So there you have it. And WWE had reported it on their site that there's rumors that they signed. So if they're reporting that there are rumors, it's fucking happened, because they're not going to talk about that otherwise. I don't think so.
But
no, it doesn't benefit them at all. They're not a wrestling news site. They're an arm of WWE's PR.
But I guess my overall point is, I don't feel like these guys being on the WWE is like my favorite bands being on popular radio. Like, I get to hear Faith No More sometime, or like They Might Be Giants has a single and I'll get to hear that. I feel like it's more like my favorite musicians becoming Christina Aguilera's backup band. Like, I am just so disinterested in the boring, homogenized style that they have every single week. Like, every single match seems exactly the same, no matter how much I love the wrestlers.
I mean, it's like getting with a producer that pretty much guarantees success, monetary success, but it completely washes out, a lot of what makes them and ends up diluting the product. So when you see it in a different context, there's a momentary excitement, but for a lot of people, that quickly gives way to just regret.
Right. Like, I see Kevin Owens now, and I still get excited for a minute, but, like, then the match starts, and it's just, like, everything that was awesome about him isn't there anymore, and it's just the moves. It's like the video game Kevin Owens.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I will agree to a point, but I still think he's putting on good matches, and I think it's interesting and is shaking things up, and I think it's made other people wrestle differently having him there. He had some amazing matches with Cesaro, and obviously Cesaro's injured.
Well, with Cena, he had some.
Oh,
both of them had some of their best matches this past year, and Cena's a pretty controversial guy to say the least, but he can still work when he wants to, and those were some of his best matches.
Yeah, I totally agree. So I just don't think they're doing an incredibly good job of keeping him interesting and relevant. I think they do okay, but I think they definitely kind of lost up some of that momentum. So I guess I don't want to get into a huge discussion about it, but I guess the big thing is we have some of the best wrestlers in the world who are supposedly signed to WWE. What's that going to mean for them? What's that going to mean for WWE? Is it going to be that now all of a sudden these guys are going to be watered down? They're not going to be able to wrestle the way that they want to? I don't know. I mean, going by track record, for every I'm trying to think of Kensuke Sasaki, was that his name?
Yeah.
No. Kenzo.
Oh yeah.
It was the guy who had the geisha manager.
Yes.
A few years back on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Kenzo.
Sure.
Tajiri.
So for every Kenzo and
Tajiri
and Yoshitatsu, we have like a mildly successful Tajiri and maybe a mildly successful Hakushi, who actually got a pretty big push for a while when he was wrestling Bret Hart for the title, but then they did nothing with him after that,
I mean, and we can't really judge Kenta because he got hurt.
Yeah, and he was getting a pretty big push in NXT, but that's NXT, where they seem to do right by guys down there, and they have at least give them give them time to put on a good match.
Right. And I can't recall her name, but the female wrestler who wears the
Kana.
Yeah.
Asuka now.
Yeah, Asuka is now went from being part of not even arguably maybe the best division in the world to being part of a 3-person division.
Mm-hmm.
You got the champ, Sika's kid, and her now. Like that's really it. Everybody else is just like above average divas. I feel.
I mean, they're okay, and at the end of the day, and the best thing that you can say about her is that she's still retained a lot of what is her.
Right.
It's still diluted a little bit because of the people she has to operate.
There's no one to work
opposite, and she can't be as stiff as she normally is. But like, I don't feel regret when I watch her wrestle in NXT. I still get excited, and I think that's sort of my feeling as a whole is, you know, it's kind of like one of those age-old questions, like if you know a relationship is going to start out super hot and it's going to be great, but then taper off really badly, would you still do it? You know, just for that moment. And I think we're going to get that with Shinsuke and with AJ and stuff like that. And, you know, best case scenario, it goes on a little longer. It's so hard seeing them being able to break past that ceiling, where it's just one baby face and a bunch of really, really shitty heels, and that's the heavyweight title picture.
Right.
And then everything else, like, it's just completely haphazard craziness that makes no sense.
I have a question.
So my overall feelings are still very positive. I just, you know, lowered expectations.
You may know. I don't really know, because even if I saw a figure, it may not, unless it was translated monetarily, it wouldn't make any sense to me. But like, I feel like those New Japan guys probably do okay. Is that? Am I being naive? Like,
no, they do okay. They do. I mean, I think they do better. Plus, the big thing that's probably facilitated this is that the network is becoming available in Japan, and I'm sure that's part of their compensation, is knowing that they are at the front of that push, you know?
Yeah, and hopefully they do something with that, because, you know, I guess Nakamura has to be probably one, if not the biggest star, one of the biggest stars in Japanese wrestling. So,
yeah,
I mean, who better to go after than one of the top guys? I mean, maybe Okada or Tanahashi would be a little bit more popular, but I don't know.
Nakamura can translate the stuff that makes Okada great and Tanahashi great. I mean, aside from their in-ring ability, that doesn't translate quite as well, because the whole New Japan thing is pretty obtuse for people on the outside looking in. The fact that there aren't any hard, you know, baby faces, any hard heels, and it all kind of oscillates depending on what the matchups are and blah blah blah. But Shinsuke is Shinsuke, and he's got that charisma, and that's something they desperately need.
And they're only looking at potential, right? Like the fact that they're big stars in Japan only will matter there. Like, I mean, it was awesome to see them, but we saw them in the Manhattan Center, which certainly isn't, you know, a WWF-sized venue.
No.
So,
for sure. I mean, that was a really cool. We got to see, was it 2 years ago? New Japan and Ring of Honor. So we got to see Kevin Owens, actually, or Kevin Steen at the time, versus Nakamura, which was pretty awesome.
One of my favorite matches of that year. I guess one more thing on this. Do we bring Bullet Club up to the main roster right away to try to shake things up, or do we start them
That's
on
the interesting
NXT
part of
as
it.
Bullet Club? Or
I think they gotta be, because I just don't know that works in NXT. Like, I think it's got to be a takeover. You know,
right? I feel like it's not. I feel like NXT is only. NXT has good individual programs and the matches are good, but I feel like it's not like, it doesn't feel like. The one thing WWF does better than that is it seems like a whole thing. You know, like Dean Ambrose doing commentary on the Neville Kevin Owens match. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if you had somebody rush in and beat up the Italian guys there while they were fighting the shooters, like, that would only kind of seem like it means something to that match because there's no connection. Like it's not all together, like somehow. So
Yeah.
It would completely overpower the structure of NXT because, like you said, it is totally isolated. But the downside of that, because there's always a downside to everything, you just know at some point, maybe a couple months from now, that Shinsuke Nakamura is going to be in a match, and the fucking Big Show is going to come in and knockout punch him, and then we're going to have the most horrifying feud known to mankind.
Oh god.
Between them, either him and Big Show or him and Kane. I don't know which, but the law of WWE heartbreaks dictates that your favorite wrestler goes to die in a horrible feud with one of those two guys.
Yes.
And that's the reality of it. That's the reality of it. And I think obviously mileage varies, but I still do get enjoyment out of WWE mainly because I only watch the pay-per-views. I don't watch Raw or anything like that. So
Yeah.
having those bite-sized things, it's good enough. It's good enough. So I can still retain some optimism, but I have no delusions. If this is the beginning of a new great thing and it turns into something else and turns into something else, it'll be like the greatest thing since Entenmann's Donuts. You know, but you know, that's a tall order, to say the least.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to talk too much about it, but you know, something that I know is very near and dear to our hearts, wrestling action. I know not everyone's into it, but I do want to, maybe this month, I don't know, we have to check with OTC. I don't know if we're doing is Bill going to be away for the Wednesday Night Wars this
I
month?
thought they were leaving. I thought they left now.
Okay, well, I'll check with him, and we'll see if we're going to do Wednesday Night Wars. If so...
they recorded yesterday.
Okay. If so, I think I would like to review Wrestle Kingdom 10.
Yeah.
There you go.
That would be pretty awesome. So, all right. Well, that just... Wrestle Kingdom 10, by the way, just happened on the 4th of January, and I have not had a chance to see it yet, but I've
stayed away from it.
Yeah, I hear some phenomenal things.
That was what was scaring me when I was looking at news. Like, I was afraid I would see, like, Wrestle Kingdom results by accident.
Yeah. So, what do you guys think? Should we do the giveaway or should we do feedback? Should we wait till the end to do the giveaway? Or should we do it now?
I'm sure people are waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, just go ahead and just do it now. Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys talk amongst yourself for a moment. I just got to get stuff set up so I can get the random number generator. I'm going to do it on screen. I don't want there to be any anything going on because there's a lot of fucking there's a lot of fucking cool prizes and people
a lot
spent
of buckets were spent.
Yeah, a lot of ducats were spent. So I want to make sure this is totally legit, and I want you guys to be able to see it.
Well, you know what? I saw earlier today that Rob Zombie's 31 finally achieved an R rating.
Nah, that sucks.
That sucks.
Well, it was gonna happen. We'll just wait for the unrated DVD to come out. Yeah. Well, not unrated. I want uncut, not unrated. But
do we know that that's going to get theatrical? Is that for sure?
I feel like he wouldn't try so hard to get a rating if that wasn't the goal.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I feel like his name is still good for I hate this term, but art house theaters, I guess, for lack of a better way to put it, right? Like,
sure.
Yes,
boutique theaters or prestige theaters or whatever.
Yeah, like
porn theaters.
I am anxious for it. Though when I see a X rating by him, I worry that not that I want to see him keep making Halloween 2s being an extreme of this and Lords of Salem again, movies that are more homages to great visual directors, but I worry about this being like a step back, and I also worry about him having all the money and not having to answer to anybody except the ratings board. Now this being a little too, you often hear people say Quentin Tarantino's films are very indulgent now, and Rob Zombie's films being indulgent might not be entertaining.
Well, I think I think it's apropos that you bring up Quentin. My personal position is that what defines them is their self-indulgence, and we get, because that's what makes them so singular. I think when people sort of push back against that, I think it's just a natural sort of they've just gotten tired of it, or they just don't respond to it anymore.
Yeah.
I don't think any, like, you look at the shit that Tarantino did with Hateful Eight.
Oh, I love it.
That DNA extends all the way back to the very beginning.
I agree.
It's been there all along.
Yeah, I don't think that. I think with Tarantino, I think it's what you said. It just people, like, it goes in like phases. Like people, will just fall out of favor even though something doesn't change at all. It might get better. It may get a little worse. It might be even middling for the work itself. But, it's just almost like an arbitrary thing, especially with the internet, like, and the fact that everybody has a forum to complain now, and have people look at it. I guess the thing that scares me about Zombie is that, like, he started doing what he did under the pretense that your goal was to be out in theaters. Like, that's where the money was. So, he did have to hold back a little bit, though you wouldn't, like even the Devil's Rejects, I feel like they were very calculated risks of like teeting the line. You know what I mean? But he did like Tarantino, like there's a lot of comedy and a lot of like lighthearted moments in it. But that's definitely the only movie that I've ever seen in a theater that started with a giant deformed man pulling a naked dead girl through the woods by her hair.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So like, like I just wonder maybe I'm becoming a baby in my old age, and I am a huge zombie apologist. Like I've had many a fights with the new breed of I'll just say it, GGTMCers, about like that I like it. In it, I had many fights with classic GGTMCers about how much I like Rob Zombie. I'm just like maybe afraid that'll be too much. I guess that's a sign of I'm getting old. And I'm not Monster Zero.
Oh, to say the least.
No one is. Well, I think. Sorry, did you have something to add to that, Jakey?
Oh, I was just gonna end with just saying, taste change. It, we all go through ebbs and flows. It doesn't really have anything to do with age in and of itself, or you becoming more mature or whatever. It's just taste change. You want different things from different people for different reasons.
Sure.
That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. All right. Well, it is time. Everyone out there, get your raffle tickets out.
Yep.
Oh wait, we didn't send any out.
I wish I right now am regretting not buying a bunch under a pseudonym.
Oh yeah, I would have known. All right. So we are now gonna go ahead and do the raffle. What I'm gonna do is let's play a little music. We'll play.
And the winner is Ryan Gosling's biggest fan, Johnson.
I'm kind of nervous about this because there's a lot of fucking cool stuff in this.
I'm nervous that the thing isn't going to work, and we're going to have to redo it again, and people are going to be fucking.
That's what's going through my head too.
How many prizes? Like how many?
Oh, I don't know.
No. But like, is there three winners?
Well, those prizes are already calculated though.
There's 3 winners.
Yeah.
One of them we know already because it's the person who gave the most amount of money.
Okay.
So we know who that winner is. We're going to do a runner-up. The runner-up is going to get it's going to be a smaller prize pack, but it's still going to be pretty impressive. There'll be some cool stuff in it. So I think we'll do the runner. You want to do the runner-up first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll do the runner-up first. We'll pick the runner-up. Then we'll get a pretty cool package of stuff, and then we'll do the grand prize winner. And then after the grand prize, I'll name the big money winner, the person who gave us the most amount of money.
The big money hustler.
All right, so let me big money hustler. Yeah, let me pick. What's good Deadites music to play in the background, Dynamo? Do you have a track in mind?
No, I'm too nervous.
I'm kind of nervous too. All right, well, here I'll play this one. This is a tiny.
Because there really aren't no prizes.
All right, I'll play this one. This is because we may have it going a little while.
Yeah.
All right.
The music that plays under me when I talk on a Halloween countdown.
Is it? I
Yeah.
thought that was another one. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. All right. So the way this is going to work, like I said, the way I set this up, when people paid me, I put it in order of how we received raffle tickets. So, and funny fact about that, I guess, is it's funny that he's on air with us right now because Jakey Poo was the first person to give money and the last.
Oh, nice.
He bookended it.
It's a fucking Jakey Poo sandwich.
Nice. Jakey bookend.
So, first of all, Jake, seriously, man, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. McLeod.
Yes, thanks.
It's my pleasure.
Your contributions to the show, just your calls and things like that, and being on the show and being a friend is like more than enough. But the fact that you actually helped us out, like I can't thank you enough, man.
Thank you for being a friend.
No, like
thank you for
you know, I've mentioned before how much I enjoy your guys' show, and I do every week. I look forward to it, and you know, I believe in podcasting being a meritocracy, and you know, you're as good as what you get, and you guys got a lot of money, you got a lot of listeners, you get a lot of feedback, and you earned all of it, you know. And this showing is just as much an indictment of your guys' popularity and what you mean to these people, including myself. So I couldn't be happier hanging out with you guys.
Well, we really we appreciate that, Jake, and it's only appropriate that you're here. If you win, you get to scream.
I know, well, my girlfriend's sleeping over on the couch, so I'll do one of those.
All right, so what I'm going to do is let me pull up the random number generator.
Fiance, sorry, she just yelled at me. She's my fiance.
Oh, it gets worse, brother.
You're going to be sleeping on the couch.
It's just as comfy.
There's some of the stuff that she probably won't let you have in the house, so she might be your friends.
All right, so
She took off her ring.
So that's the way it worked. As we got raffle ticket orders or just orders on the website, I put them in that order. So if you bought 10 tickets, you got the first 10 spots and so on and so forth. So that's how you got your number. It's basically like how you would do any raffle ticket at an event or something like that. You're the first one to buy a ticket, you get the first number. So that's the way we did it. And like I said, we had 1,186 entries. Wow. So I'm going to go ahead and put the numbers 1 is the minimum and a max is 1186. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to hit generate, and this is going to be the runner-up. We're going to find out who the runner-up is. Are you guys ready?
Wow.
Should I do a drum roll?
Yeah.
We should do a helicopter. Do a helicopter drum roll.
From the traffic reporter.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. And we're generating.
Drum roll might be.
Number is 904. 904. Let's consult the big spreadsheet. I'm just going to kind of go through this quick and see. 904. Oh, it just went by it. 904 is Creepy Girl. Hey! Wow.
Hey.
That's awesome. Congratulations, Melissa.
Yeah.
So Melissa,
I'm letting her know now.
She had Jakey's golf clap in there. Like,
Yay.
Great.
You know, I was the first one to contribute and the last. All right. So what did she win?
she gets she gets the runner-up prize. So if you
Okay.
want, you can let her know she's the runner-up.
Yep.
We have it's going to be some artsploitation flicks. There's going to be some other pieces that we have. So Creepy Girl is our runner-up. Now,
Or she could tune in on Friday.
well, no, he's friends with her. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to generate another number. This is the grand prize.
Grand Guignol.
Grand Guignol. All right. So let me go ahead and hit generate on this, baby. This is for the grand prize. This is for the whole fucking shebang.
So nervous.
Shebang.
I am nervous too. This is so weird.
I'm palpitating.
Oh, the number is 484. Let's scroll through. 484. I'm scrolling through. All right. It's Nicholas! Holy shit, Nicholas!
Attaboy.
Oh my lord.
Oh, man.
And Jakey Poo is pissed.
No, it's just an honor to participate. Really. It's not.
Oh man, these guys are dancing. Nicholas, congratulations, buddy.
Congrats.
Oh, that's awesome. It's so weird. I was nervous. I'm so excited to see who's gonna win.
I'm still nervous.
I wonder if he's listening right now.
Oh, he is. I'm waiting for him to say something.
Yeah. All right. And our big money winner, the person who gave us the most amount of money, is someone that's been on the show before, and he's a supervillain.
Me?
Sir Isaac.
Oh.
Sir Isaac is the big money winner. So we're going to put together a nice little prize pack for Sir Isaac. And maybe what we'll do is we'll see if we can get him in studio to accept it. We'll see if that's something we can do. Otherwise, we'll just give it to him. But there you go. Our 3 big winners. Isaac for giving us the most amount of money. Isaac, seriously, you're a fucking supervillain, and I get your name wrong all the time, Sir Isaac, but seriously, thank you so much, because we wouldn't be able to do this without you, with the studio. So
Tom C says, so I spent $1 for nothing.
And we have the runner-up, creepy girl Melissa.
Yeah.
She's going to get a nice little prize pack. And then the big grand prize winner, our buddy Nick.
Did he log off? Is he gone?
I don't know. We'll find out.
I would have answered by now.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's seriously, I can't thank everyone enough.
Yeah.
Even if you gave $1 like Tom C, or you're the big money person like Sir Isaac was. Thank you everyone for helping us out. Like, I'm gonna get all choked up here.
I'm really choked up. It's
like
I don't know.
We wouldn't have been able to do this studio without you guys. It just wouldn't have happened.
That's true.
And I can't thank everyone enough. Like, no matter what you did, whether you shared it, whether you told people about it, whether you gave us $1, whether you gave us $20, whether you gave us a lot more than that. Seriously, thank you everyone. I know some people had bought some stuff, and we haven't shipped stuff out yet. That will be happening very soon. We had with the move and everything. I have all the merch here in the studio though, so we're going to be shipping stuff out if you bought stuff. So thank you everyone for your patience, and thank you for your contributions. It means the world to me, and I'm sure these guys feel the same exact way. I don't want to speak for anyone because you have mics, so.
Oh.
I don't need to speak for you.
Yeah, I still don't even know what to say. Like, I am every day, not just with this not just with this raffle, just as human beings and reaching out and being great. I'm very, very proud of the community we built here, just by, when somebody's down in the dumps, the whole community like rallies around and, like tries to lift their spirit. So, you know, and that's if the whole world acted that way, like things would be a lot better everywhere. And, so this small pocket of, which is fucking ridiculous because we're the worst fucking people in the world.
Yeah.
But like, these amazing people and Stephanie, out there being, fucking awesome. So
yeah, everybody has been absolutely fantastic throughout this whole thing, and I mean, we're just a bunch of goofballs that are just putting on a radio show, and you guys are like, you guys are putting on like a big family for us, and you guys are practically becoming like a family to us. We're our own little clique.
He's saying something nice.
Yeah, I know, and this guy's laughing, cackling like a chicken.
Like Ledger said, I've already filed a complaint with the Better Business.
And everybody has been fantastic, and we can't thank them enough. We really can't. I mean, when I see people doing podcasts, I'm thinking, geez, these people are giving money to do this, and I guess now that I'm on the other side of it, it's still a little hard to understand, and maybe it's still a little hard to believe, but the appreciation I can understand, and I definitely appreciate everything that all the listeners have done and everybody who's contributed. Thank you, and take it from me, Monster Zero. I thank you.
It might be the nicest thing you've ever said.
Fuck off.
That's nice. That might be the only nice thing you ever said.
I got no reason to say anything nice.
Ravenshadow?
Up. Wait. Creepy girl just found out, and she goes, woohoo!
That's good.
All
That's
right.
good. Yeah.
You're sure you said the runner-up prize, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry, there'll be an 8x10 in that prize pack for you.
Oh God.
Ravenshadow, you got anything?
I do. You know, when the show first started, it was a chance to talk nonsense with my friends. That feeling quickly left me as something that I enjoyed. But what later filled the void was the fact there were people that actually listened. And meeting these people, you know, whether it's on the phone or in the feed, really became the best part of doing this. It's been said that we do this show regardless if people listened, but the fact that people do kind of keeps the momentum going. So thank you guys. We're sorry.
We're sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. But no, thank you very much, everyone who helped keep the lights on, because it ain't fucking easy. So thank you. Bambaleo, thank you.
Oh, Nick commented in the chat room, he says, holy fucking shit, I don't deserve this. Thank you.
You do deserve it, man. You do.
Yeah.
Absolutely, buddy.
Yeah.
You're the fucking big winner.
Mm-hmm.
You are, you know, one of the prime ministers of that community that I was talking about. And like me and, you know, more so Jakey than me, but and Wolfie as well, kind of all bonded together initially as part of a great community. And, you know, I feel like the Cult of Muscle being like our brother community, like I feel like we're all part of something really great, really special. And you know, like, you know, just like, you know, like I remember like first joining that internet community and being like, man, I hope someday that like, you know, our community's like that. And like I really, really feel like we have a community that's as great, you know, between the Fib and the Cult of Muscle board and just the Facebook community in general. We have a community that is as good as any community ever on the internet, and I think it's fucking terrific. Mm-hmm. May not be the biggest, but you know, it's full of some of the nicest, coolest, funniest, most sincere people out there.
Hell yeah.
Yes, that's one of the best things you could ever hope for when it comes to any sort of offspring or outspring of people that you meet through something that you do. I can say with absolute certainty that everyone that I've met through doing podcasts, listening to podcasts and everything have been remarkably swell, amazing people. And just through my Skype conversations with you guys, it's bared out. It's been a pleasure since the beginning, and yeah, I only have the warmest, nicest things to say for you guys. Even you, Ravenshadow.
Hey, man, I thought we bonded this week.
No, man, totally. No, I love me some Ravenshadow.
Thank you. I love
He can't even get it out without a straight face.
Nah, man.
He had a little trouble saying that just now.
Well,
I stutter. People probably pick up on this after, you know, doing so many episodes and doing such long episodes. The longer it goes on, the more the uhs and the more the stuff comes out. Turn into a blubbering idiot by the end.
Without Wolfie, you know, I'm the interjection guy, so I found out the hard way. I do 90 minutes of stuttering every single week. It's tough. It's tough. It's not very good. But yeah, I was telling my special lady friend today, Jakey, that I remember the first time like I heard an ad for your show. I want to say
the first one.
Yeah. I think it was on. It must have been on the GGTMC, but I can't remember for sure. And like putting it on and being like, man, this guy's talking about all the things that I fucking love. He's cooking food. He's talking about MMA. He's doing like 3 hours about like obscure like Yakuza films. Like this is the fucking best. And then like, you know, to forward pretty much like 4 years or so later, like a high school like later, like to be your pal is like. You know, really awesome, man. Like, it's very seldom. And same with CDR too. That, you know, because I came into the Mill Creek as the Death Rattles buddy. So it's very seldom that, you know, in this entertainment world that I come from, that people are as awesome as they seem, and you guys definitely fit that bill. So
yeah, you guys are fucking great.
Well, thank you.
It's difficult, especially with the new network. I'm trying to listen to everyone's show on the network, and it's been difficult to try to keep up with all my podcast listening. Thankfully, I have a long commute these days, so it helps. But when you guys release a show, it's one of the ones that's definitely at the top of my list to try to get in. So that
thank you very much.
Episode 100 fucked me up. 7 hours.
Well, the last one we did was our big list episode. And that one went
like 5,
almost five and a half.
I can't
5
wait
hours
for that thing.
It was pretty brutal on my work life, but that's quite all right.
Yeah,
but I want to bring it back to the people that support these shows. It's tremendous that people take out time out of their day just to listen to people, and it's tremendous that they actually take the time out of their day to communicate and form any sort of relationship and contribute with feedback, as well as bringing money to the show. It doesn't get any more valuable than that, and that's sort of the weird joy of podcasting. Is growing up, we listened to bands a lot, and they brought us a lot of joy, a lot of that was sort of the thing that got us through the days, as well as movies and stuff like that. But we don't get to meet those people. Typically, we don't get to talk to them. We don't get to have any sort of intimate contact with them in the realest sense possible.
And when you do that, it's kind of disappointing, to be honest.
Well, no, but it's a beautiful thing to be so close and to form bonds and friendships with the people that actually bring you that much joy in your life and actually get you through the week. And that's where these bonds really come from. And that's why podcasting communities, when they go right, they go really right.
Yeah.
And you guys are seeing the fruits of that right now.
Yeah, for sure. And there's a lot of really good stuff going on. I can't think, like, we could gush for another 3 hours.
For sure.
But I just want to, finally, just everyone, thank you so much, because it was really fucking awesome to have everyone contribute.
I legitimately, and no one, and I hope that someday I could take this walk with Jakey and CDR, but like I get choked up every time I walk up the long staircase to the new studio. So, it couldn't happen without you guys.
Yeah, for sure. So thank you, everyone. We have, let me catch up real quick in the chat room. Ledger says, I only contributed because I was hoping that at least a couple of you would be severely injured during construction. And Patsy Ray Hall says, you guys sound like you're giving the memorial at the Oscars.
Yeah, well,
you know what?
Stick around, Patsy.
Yeah. We just got a voicemail just now from Holy Shit Nick.
Oh, boy. Here it comes.
I think this is Nick finding out that he won.
Here it comes.
Let's go ahead and play this.
Okay, I'm watching live, and I'm freaking out. I watched the generator thing, and I'm, like, looking close on my thing, and I'm seeing my name. And then you yell it. I'm like, holy shit. And then I saw the end thing where Dynamo's dancing. Thank you, guys. This is amazing. Like, I wish I donated more money.
So do we.
Isaac should get this thank you guys. You guys are the best. Thank you for the entertainment. Thank you for the prizes. Thank you for everything. You guys are the best.
Thank you.
Nick here, as always.
Awesome.
Thanks, bud. Thanks, Nick.
Thank you, Nick. I love getting the fucking live feedback. That's
great.
That's sweet.
So good. An acceptance speech in a way. So
yeah.
Awesome. Well, let's transition right into feedback.
Feedback. Oh, that's a different
yeah, it's a different show. It's not us. So we got a ton this week. So most of it's pretty short, though. This Ravenshadow, I think you're going to dig this one.
Really?
Yep. This was sent specially for you.
Nice.
Let me just play it.
In brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power, Green Lantern's light.
That was fucking sexy, yo.
Can I have that be my ringtone?
Yeah. Shit.
You got a bone steady, don't you?
I
do. The closet's right there if you want to.
Good It's fucking nice, man. That was fucking. Give that guy a fucking movie.
He's in a movie.
Oh, we saw that too. Yeah.
Yeah,
we saw that.
Let's go to Josh. I want to hear from Josh because I think he reviewed Roar. So this should be
good.
This should be an interesting one. So let's
Hi guys, I'm here at the Lion Pride.
I'm flying over the reserve.
I'm at the home of Noel Marshall and Tippi Hedren. There's 100 fucking lions.
Hi guys, I'm being torn apart by lions. I want to give you my review of Roar.
All right, here's Josh.
Hey, Trick or Treat Radio guys, it's Josh from the Arkham Film Society here. I'm getting this recording in a little bit late today. It's been a pretty busy one, but I wanted to call in and give you a little bit of my thoughts about Roar. So, Roar is fantastic. Roar is definitely a treat. Roar is an extremely high recommend.
Wow.
I first saw this film a while
roar.
back. I'd done a review of it when it was in its limited theatrical run, and this thing is just one of the most insane things I've ever seen. And you can't criticize it by saying that there isn't really much story to it, but the story isn't the important thing. The important thing is like the inter-character relations, and most importantly, the relationship between the animals and the various characters in the film. And just watching this film, it's one of the most tense things I've ever seen, where it's like, you can be sitting there watching this film and enjoying yourself, and then realize that like you haven't taken a breath in like a minute because you were so wrapped up in what was going on and worried about the person on screen who was clearly, obviously, like actually being mauled by some sort of large animal.
Yep.
Yeah, this is definitely a feat of filmmaking. Anybody who likes extreme film of any kind has to see this movie. It is just purely insane and wonderful. So yeah, Roar, high recommend, definitely a treat, great stuff. I also went out and got to see Star Wars The Force Awakens last night. Man, am I happy with that.
Nice.
I mean, I know everything's looked good and positive going into it, but, I was still leery after those last three. And I know a lot of people who bought advance tickets to get in line on opening night. I haven't seen one of these things opening night since Phantom Menace, so I waited for the crowds to die down and for a time where I could just go to the theater and see it in a more leisurely fashion. Last night was the night, and this thing just blew me away. I know I haven't listened to your show about it yet. I plan on going back and putting that one on the iPod now that I've seen it and I can hear your discussion. But I'm sure you guys had a lot of great things to say. It's not a perfect film. There's definitely some criticism there. But if anybody hasn't seen it yet and they're a fan of the original trilogy, I would also say that is a treat and a high recommend. So, hey, you guys have a good one. I hope to talk to you guys soon. And can't wait to see what you're covering next week. Have a good one. Bye.
All right, Josh. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for the double shot review there. And I think we may be getting Josh in studio sometime soon. It's about time. It's been a while. So we're in discussions about making that happen. So hopefully that'll happen before the end of the month or even into early next month or something. So we'll have some more news on that. And then I wonder if we're going to do his double feature that he wanted to do. Do you guys remember what that was?
It was Dudes and something else.
White God and Dudes.
No. It was White. No, that was different. He wanted to do White Gods and some other dogs get killed movie.
No, he wanted to do those two.
White Dudes.
White Dudes.
I'll tell you this right now. You were not invited on to do White God.
Who?
Josh, I will not watch that movie.
Why?
Because Wolfie pushed my boundaries with this. I cried during this movie. Like, I literally cried and got angry.
All right.
Because animals were treated poorly.
Humans were treated poorly too. Everyone
but
was.
but I care more about
zero,
the animals.
Zero
I am
disregard
that type
for
of
any life.
sociopath where I prefer humans to be treated poorly and enjoy it.
Yeah.
But
Well, thank you. We're on the same wavelength.
I don't hate any animals.
Well, hey, it looks like we got. This will cheer you up. It looks like we have a call from Dagaz.
Oh.
It says Dagaz. Let's check it out.
Hello, this is Ryan Gosling calling,
Oh,
and I just wanted
wow.
Dynamo to know that I'm in love with Johnny Depp. And if you want to love me like you claim to, you have to love Johnny Depp. And I know you love Johnny Depp anyway, because all you do is talk about the Depp. So, if you could just love me too, instead of telling everybody that you love me when you really just love Johnny Depp, that would be great. Thank you. Have a nice night.
Dynamo?
Get a reiterate on that?
It's not true.
Well, it looks like we get a follow up.
That's not the gauze.
From the Depp.
Oh, no.
This is Johnny Depp calling for Dynamo,
right.
or as I like to call him in private, Dino-licious. I heard that Ryan Gosling was calling to talk about your loves together, but we all know that it's just you and me, baby. We just sometimes include him to make him feel wanted and special, since nobody likes him because he's so ugly and nobody likes him.
Right.
Oh, I can't wait to get curled up in your cardigan, baby. Oh, I just love me some Dino-licious in a cardigan. Toodaloo.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, man. Dynamo, it looks like you got some lovin's going on with the Depp and Dagaz.
Nope.
Take off the fucking cardigan.
All right. Ravenshadow, you
Yeah.
buckled in for this one?
Oh, I am right now.
All right.
In blackest day, in brightest night, beware your fears made into light. Let those who try to stop what's right burn like my power, Sinestro's might.
Yo, I was like, he'd be a fucking great Sinestro. And you just fucking did it without me saying it, but I was thinking it.
You thinking it?
That was fucking class act, sir. Classy move. Way to get the boner back.
Way to get the boner back.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right, let's hear from the awesome Mr. Jeremy McFarlane, who I think he's been listening to the cult as well. I don't know if we got him from you or you got him from us, but you know, Jeremy's a fucking cool dude. So let's hear from him.
Hey, Trick or Treat Radio, it's Jeremy McFarlane from Houston, motherfucking Texas. I'm out here fucking working on my truck in the garage in the fucking freezing cold ass rain, taking me a smoke break right now.
Yeah,
I just want to
Ravenshadow.
give you guys a shout. Fucking love the show.
Thank you, buddy.
And, you know, I didn't get to tell you before, but Happy New Year, and I hope you guys are doing great. I'm still listening. Always fucking will. You guys have a good night. Peace out.
Nice.
All right, Jeremy. That was your old stomping ground, Jakey Poo, right? Texas?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I lived down in Houston for a year. Shame I had to leave so soon. And on the topic of contest winners, he was our contest winner.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Episode 100. Yeah,
That's right. Nice connection.
Yeah, CDR's scampering off to cottage country. But once he gets back, we're going to send him a sweet little prize pack.
Nice. There you go. Well, I think now might be a good time, since he was the big winner tonight. It looks like we have a Nick Power Hour tonight, a little abbreviated one. So let's go ahead and hear from our the big winner, the big grand prize winner, Nick.
Hello, everybody. It's me, Auntie Ravenshadow.
Oh, it's Auntie Ravenshadow.
I haven't called in a while because I was busy with the holidays and stuff. I just wanted to wish everyone, I hope they had a Merry Christmas, and Johnny, I hope you had a Happy Hanukkah. Even though you don't follow the Jesus and you're going to be in hell, I still miss you, honey. I hope you're okay.
Thank you.
No, this is to my nephew, Michael Ravenshadow.
Hi, Auntie. Had a long
Honey,
dog.
why didn't you come and visit? You didn't bring the kids. You didn't bring the cigarettes or the liquor. Me and Dipsy, we had to eat raccoons and squirrels we could find. But, well, I hope you're having a good Christmas. And I had a happy New Year. You better start coming, Michael Ravenshadow. I'm getting lonely. I might have to eat Noomsy.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it wasn't Dipsy. It was Noomsy. I forget the dementia's kicking in. All right, boys. Have a good one. Bye.
You didn't go visit your auntie?
Because the kid's fucking scared. She's got beasts there.
What kind of fucking nephew are you, man?
No, she's got the fucking dementia. It's
You're
really fucking rough.
You're a heathen.
And she fucking drinks the nog fucking all the time.
Fucking heathen.
The nog is flowing. I'm sorry. No, I love you. Who's you? Auntie.
Auntie.
I love the auntie.
Who's you? How is your aunt?
Good, you? No, I'm going to send a prize pack. I got some 8x10s coming your way.
To your aunt?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's hear from Nick.
What the hell? Some people call me the space cowboy. No one would ever call me the gangster of love.
I would.
A homeless guy once called me Maurice. Cause I gave him a $5 bill. People been talking about me, baby. Say I'm the trick-or-treat radio historian. No, don't you worry about that. No, don't worry, mama. Because I keep my nerdy stuff to myself. Cause I'll be listening, I'll be jotting, I'll be watching, and I'll be calling in to my favorite podcast. I'm a joker. I'm not a smoker. Wait, Midnight Toker's the same thing. Save that shit for Ravenshadow.
There you go. Are you a toker, Ravenshadow?
I don't want to talk. There's some shit going on right now. I can't say.
He's J.R.R. Token.
Yeah.
I never exhaled.
We have George R.R. Martin and J.R.R. Tolkien over here. All right, let's hear from Nick.
Hey, Trick or Treat Radio.
Hey, Nick.
Nick here. Today is this episode is the episode where you pick the tree winners of the Trick or Treat Radio gigantinormous super califragilisticexpialidocious motherfucking WrestleMania raffle winner. But I really don't care if I win. I didn't actually donate that much, so I don't think I would. But what I wanted to say was thank you, guys. Thank you for providing these prize packs. Thank you for giving the listeners free entertainment, like 3 to motherfucking 4 hours long because my dumbass calling in so much. Thank you for being funny. Thank you for being friends. Thank you for being a friend. Down the road and back again. You're a friend and a confidant. All right, sorry. I had to get into that. No, but seriously. I mean, the gifts are like, the raffle is like way over the limit. That's awesome. What I wanted to say was, I think that this show is the best ever. And I know I've said that multiple times, but I mean, this just proves it. You guys give to your fans, we give to you. It's not a love-hate relationship. That's not a nice thing to say. It's a love take. You know what I mean?
It's a love affair.
Symbiotic.
All right, guys, have a good one. I hope Aries is back, but I'm sure he isn't. See you later.
This guy wants Aries back bad.
Maybe that's part of the prize pack.
We're sending Aries over to you.
Yeah. If it smells like whiskey and beard wax, you know what it is.
That's all natural.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nick. That was very, very sweet.
Very nice. You know who we didn't thank?
Who?
And we're douchebags for not? Like, all the people who, contributed money, we obviously deserve thanks. But what about all the amazing people that came out and gave us stuff to be the prize pack?
Oh, Jesus, yeah. I feel like a dick now. Thank you. Yeah.
Jesus, like these are people that are too talented for us to know. One my favorite artist who adorns almost every wall in my room, right? In my house, right? He's somewhere. The Predator's in the hall.
Can you grab those? I need to pull at least one out.
The awesome. So Jakey Poo, he did a Frankenstein versus the Wolfman which I would generally not be super excited about because I don't like the Lugosi Wolfman, except my boy drew it as Karloff. So it's the same exact poster, but it's Karloff.
Actually, you know what?
Yeah.
You don't have to pull those out. Actually, Dynamo, I'll pull them up here and show them on the feed here. So yeah, our buddy. That's not the one actually. It's
No,
let me
it's
find
the one I have, right?
I don't
It's that
remember.
one. I see it, right? I think go up.
No, that wasn't it.
That's not it either?
No.
That's the one I have. But, I mean, this guy is all over my house. I love his artwork. I don't think he's much of a fan of me in real life, but I really, really love this guy's stuff. Like, I love this dude, too.
Art of Grimbro is, yeah.
He is just so fucking talented and so outrageous. He somehow combines, like, a famous Monsters of Filmland, like, sensibility with, like, a slick modern, well, I say modern, but the slick movie posters that we grew up with. He's really the fucking best.
Here, I'm going to show you in just a sec. He did one of Kylo Ren. This was back in October, so it was before the movie had even come out. But he did a really fucking cool rendition of Kylo Ren. That is in the prize pack, Nick.
Oh, really?
Yep. It's a frameable. It's a nice. I think it's is it 20 by 12 or something like that? It's pretty good size.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's there's a Kylo Ren, there's a Boba Fett, and there's a few others. So there's a David Lopan.
Oh,
yeah, that's
nice.
Which is
I think we saw that
This
one.
really pisses me off.
Oh wow, that Kylo Ren's out of control.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Let me pull up the Lopan.
There it is, the Lopan. That's
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah, it's so fucking good.
That is so awesome.
Let me pull this up right here just to give him more of a sampling.
That is just so crazy good.
Christ.
So there's David Lopan right there. So good.
Jesus Christ.
So seriously, everyone out there, Art of Grimbro, go check him out on Facebook. I think there's links to buy his prints. You can buy them and get shipped right to your house. He'll ship them right to your house, and they ship in a really nice way. The way he gets them shipped is it keeps them in good shape. They weren't bent whatsoever, and really fucking phenomenal stuff. And he's a great dude, and he did a lot of work for us. He did the Deadites logo.
Yep.
He did a poster for the Deadites a while back. Really fucking awesome dude. And I miss the hell out of him because he's over on the other coast now. So.
And, I like a lot of artists who I've met who maybe aren't as nice guys as they are talented, but this guy is actually as nice, a nicer guy than he is talented, and that's fucking saying something, obviously.
That David Lopan is so serious.
Yeah, it doesn't have business, right?
That's so good.
So that's one. Now, let's go through all of them real quick because you're right, Dynamo. I neglected to announce that.
Speaking of great artists.
Yeah. Derek fucking Rook.
Yeah.
The dude is, once again, I don't know if he's a better artist or a better dude, and he's a really good fucking artist.
He's a better dude, and he's a fucking amazing horror artist. So, that is, to say Derek Rook is a better guy than he is an artist is only understating his artistic ability till you meet him.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like he's a phenomenal human, and man, his art, like, I don't know. His zombie adaptation is the only comic that ever made me feel uncomfortable and turned my stomach.
Yeah, he's pretty hardcore. He may be the I don't know, the Cannibal Holocaust of art, if you will. He definitely pushes the limit, but it's really good stuff. And he just put out the Dead Omnibus, and he's getting ready to do a big announcement about Gore Shriek.
Can't wait.
Can't wait for that.
So lots of cool stuff going on in the world of Derek Rook. Go check out Rough House Publishing.
Yep.
For all information about Derek and what he's got going on. And let's go ahead and let me find out some of the other, because I know I'm going to forget. So let me go ahead and get the list. Yeah. But I can name Artsploitation Films because they were the first ones to give us something. They sent, I sent out a request. They were like, hell yes, give us the address, we'll send it. And I got it literally 2 days later.
Yep.
That's awesome.
It was insane. Those guys have been so fucking cool to us. and there's some great films that they have on their roster last year. Like some of the flicks from Artsploitation, we have Memory of the Dead, House of 100 Eyes, Horror Stories, Toad Road, Der Samurai, which showed up on our best of.
Yep.
Horsehead, Children of the Night, Bloody Knuckles, and Cub. I think Cub was on someone's list. I don't remember.
Monster Zeros.
No,
No?
wasn't on mine.
Are you sure?
I think it was Ravenshadow.
Okay, so we have those 9 flicks. 5 of them are Blu-rays, and the other 4 are DVDs. We also have so Artsploitationfilms.com. Go check them out. We have Morbid Vision Films, who Monster Zero is a frequent contributor, and Brian Paulin gave us a copy of Blood Pigs and a copy of Cryptic Plasm, both signed by the director and MZ himself. So those are pretty cool. We also have thank you to the Evil Streaks for giving us 2 vinyl albums and 1 CD. Thank you so much to those guys. Myra is the cat's pajamas, as they say, Dynamo. I know there's not enough superlatives in the world for you to describe your feelings for her.
I have some, but I'd get slapped.
Yes, and we'd probably get banned in Germany again.
Right, it's true.
And a restraining order will be coming out.
Yeah, so just do a search for the Evil Streaks. They have a lot of stuff online, Bandcamp, website, videos, all sorts of stuff. They're a phenomenal band, and Myra is the best.
Yeah, and then let's not forget about the Michael Ravenshadow's boyfriend, the Rev, either.
Of course, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Rev has been on the show, and he's a really awesome dude. And apparently, he's got his own podcast coming out soon, which I'm really
Super
interested to hear. Yeah. And we also have our good buddy Jim Smith from Teal gave us a limited edition vinyl. So it's of his latest album, Hydrostatic, and he also gave us an I Heart Synth shirt. So,
Jakey, have you heard Teal?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Excellent stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. He's the fucking best, and incredible music. I saw he just got a new gig in Arizona.
Yeah.
There's a big gig out there. So good for you, Jim, and super excited to hang out with that dude again, and hopefully we can play.
I guarantee that Teal will be on my If I Don't Die, Everybody Come Sleep on My Couch rock show extravaganza this spring.
Yeah. So. We also, Michael Neal, filmmaker who did Infinite Santa 8000 and Drive-In Horror Show, has given us a trade paperback for Drive-In Horror Show, and also we have a vinyl of the Drive-In Horror Show soundtrack, and also we have it on CD as well. So thank you to Michael Neal for giving us some awesome stuff. Go check out Infinite Santa 8000. The director's cut was streaming on YouTube. I think it has ended, but I'm sure there's going to be some more information coming out about that. So keep on the lookout for that.
I almost forgot.
Also, from Tony Timpone, the editor emeritus of Fangoria, he gave us a copy of Gore Zone number 1, signed by the man Tony Timpone. So Tony he didn't even want us to promote anything. He's like, no, I'll just give this to you guys. He is, like Dynamo says, the Stan Lee of horror.
Yeah.
He is a fucking great dude, and the dude knows the shit about movies.
Yep. It's really, really great.
Yeah. So, and I think we're supposed to get a couple other stragglers. We still haven't received all of the prizes. So we may hold off on sending it, or we'll do two shipments. I'm not sure how we'll do that. But thank you to everyone who helped out, who gave, and we really, really appreciate it. So thank you to everyone. Let's go back some voicemails. Ravenshadow, put your headphones on.
Yes.
Got something else for you.
Ooh. Hey, everybody jump on the Fib right now and look at the cover of Power Man and Iron Fist number 2 and see why I'm hard as a rock.
I can't fucking wait.
All right, Ravenshadow, here you go.
If this is Alan Scott's fucking theme.
What's mine is mine, and mine, and mine, and mine, and mine, and mine, not yours.
Oh my, that's the fucking voice for the animated show right there. That's
the
Agent Orange.
Yeah, what's his name?
Larfleeze.
Yeah.
Larfleeze.
Yep.
That's my fucking new ringtone. Can we get that again? That's fucking sexy and scary.
Let's hear from Ted Levine. You haven't heard from him in a while.
Hey guys, it's me, Ted Levine.
Hey Ted.
You didn't think you would go a year without hearing from your old pal Ted Levine. How's it been, guys? I hope you had a good New Year. I know I did. I shot a shooken up champagne bottle right up my ass. It cleaned me out real good.
It will.
Fuck enemas. Those are the ways to go. What I wanted to know was I hope you guys had a good Christmas, happy Hanukkah, and great New Year. What I wanted to know was, is that big creep Monster Zero gonna do tuck dance this year? He did it. He talked about it half a year last year, and nothing happened. I hope. So, is he gonna pussy out and not do it again this year? Or tell Levine gonna have to do one and send it in? Have a good one, guys. Bye.
Ted, I could tell you right now, first of all, you really need to go to a doctor. Second of all,
his hemorrhoids bleed for you.
And second of all, yes, the tuck dance will be happening. It's not been put off. It's where we're
it'll
cooking
happen.
It's definitely going to happen.
Yeah,
so
it'll happen. I'll make sure of it. Whether I have to come to your fucking house when you get out of the bathroom, it's going to happen.
We've gone.
I've seen you naked way too much.
Why does that happen?
You got to stop, man. Stop.
No, when you answer the fucking door
naked.
with no fucking clothes on, what do we do?
What are you talking about? I don't answer the door with no
when you
fucking clothes.
Yeah, I know you've
You
done
have.
that to me on more than one occasion.
You wait in
when
the
you
fucking
live
car.
when you live down the street from me, it's like I thought I was coming to meet you at your house.
He has a
Fucking collar
bathrobe
opens the
on
door.
open, like
Yeah.
an open bathrobe. Who
Yeah.
does that? Fucking pull it together, man.
It honestly looks like he's wearing like a dinosaur costume from the neck down. It's weird.
And his two big dinosaur eggs
Yeah.
between his legs.
It's like my precious.
All right, let's finish up the last of the voicemails here. Where we're gonna go next? Let's do this one.
I met him 15 years ago. I was told there was nothing left. No reason, no conscience, no understanding.
Oh, this is amazing.
Even the most rudimentary sense of life or death. Good or evil, right or wrong. I met this 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face and the blackest eyes. The devil's eyes. I spent 8 years trying to reach him and then another 7 trying to keep him locked up because I realized what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil.
That was amazing.
That was pretty good.
He should fucking do voices.
Yeah.
That was him doing Dr. Loomis. I think we have one more from Wooberman. Let's hear that.
Hey, all right.
11:55, almost midnight.
Nice.
Enough time for one more story.
I'm gonna go to sleep. So
one more
relaxing.
story before 12. Just to keep us warm. In 5 minutes, it'll be the 21st of April. 100 years ago, on the 21st of April, out in the waters around Spivey Point, a small clipper ship drew towards land. Suddenly, out of the night, a fog rolled in. For a moment, they could see nothing. Not a foot in front of them. Then they saw a light. By God, it was a fire burning on the shore, strong enough to penetrate the swirling mist. They steered a course towards the light. But it was a campfire, like this one. The ship crashed against the rocks. The hull sheared in two. Mast snapped like a twig. The wreckage sank, with all men aboard. At the bottom of the sea lay the Elizabeth Dane, with her crew, their lungs filled with salt water, their eyes open, staring into the darkness. And above, as suddenly as it came,
Mesmerizing.
the fog lifted, receded back across the ocean, and never came again. It is told by the fishermen and their fathers and grandfathers that when the fog returns to Antonio Bay, the men at the bottom of the sea, out in the water by Spivey Point, will rise up and search for the campfire that led them to their dark and icy death. 12 o'clock, the 21st of April.
Man's got to do some audiobooks.
Really?
Uberman, you've inspired me to write a Deadites audio play. Will you be the narrator?
401 Stories. This is your guy.
Yeah.
Really?
That was awesome, Uberman. Thank you, bud.
There's that great YouTube account out there that has like audio, like amateur audiobook readings of like old film novelizations, like Scanners and shit like that, and Lost Boys. Like,
nice.
We need to get something going.
I don't know about that. I have to find that.
Yeah. Go look it up. I can't recall who they are, so I can't give you a name. But if you just look up, Scanners audio book YouTube or Lost Boys audiobook YouTube, you'll find like a dozen or so like full length audiobooks of those cool novelizations.
Very interesting. Check that out, Dynamo. All right, I think we have 2 more voicemails. I think this is from Jeremy McFarlane again.
Hey, Trick or Treat Radio guys, this is Jeremy McFarlane from Houston, Texas. Listen, I'm fucking done with the truck. Finished it. Done.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now,
fuck that rain.
A long time ago, my dad always told me to pay attention to what he is doing, so the next time you can do it yourself.
Yep.
Because I knew one day he wouldn't be around. Well, listen, Ravenshadow.
Yes.
It's a fucking movie, dude. All you gotta do is sit down on your couch, watch the goddamn movie. I just worked on the goddamn truck. Got the jack out. Had to get underneath the motherfucker. It's 40 degrees out here. It's fucking raining continuously. The truck is halfway into the garage, halfway out. I got a fucking cold. I'm dying for a goddamn beer. I had to work on this stupid ass truck. Now, all I wanted you to do is watch the goddamn movie. Is that so hard, Ravenshadow? To watch a movie about fucking animals attacking people and shit? I don't think it's that hard, man. That's all I ask. All right, Trick or Treat Radio guys. Peace out.
He brings up a good point.
All right.
He was fucking working on the truck at 40 degrees. You can't fucking watch a movie?
In the comfort of your own home?
Yeah, on the fucking couch that you sleep on nightly?
Not every night. Just the ones that end in "ite."
the days that end in day?
Yeah, days that end in day. All right, you put it in perspective, Jeremy. I wish you were my dad.
So does your dad.
Look at fucking have him. All right, I'm going to watch the shit out of the next one.
That was amazing.
You should save that voicemail and play it every single time Ravenshadow doesn't watch it.
Yeah, you're right.
I did watch the movie, Jeremy.
Some of it.
I saw basically all of it. I mean, it was lion. Lions.
You're lying. All right, let's hear. This is our final voicemail of the evening.
Ravenshadow, are you going to the movies? You gonna go see the new Star Wars, The Force Awakens? They made over $1 trillion all over the globe. You gonna go see that movie that's gonna go play in eternity? It's never gonna stop playing. You gonna go see that movie, Ravenshadow? Hey, Ma, quit busting my balls over here. I'm trying to go see the movie in peace. Capiche? Come on, Ma, come on. Let me go out for once in peace, huh? You're breaking my balls, Ma. You're breaking my balls. Ravenshadow, can you stop by Market Basket? Get me a few things for me, please. I need to make dinner. For fried calamari, can you give me and some stuffed mushrooms? How about a high C? Have you ever had high C?
It's a trap.
Hey, Ma, why didn't you do this bullshit before I went to the movies? Ah, come on, Ma. You're breaking my balls, Ma. You're breaking my balls.
Everyone's breaking your balls.
Yeah, who fucking recorded my birthday party?
All right. Well, that's it for voicemail. I don't think we got any emails. Let me just double check real quick. Do not see any email. But I know that we do have some tweets.
Jakey just changed my life.
Oh, yeah?
Uh-huh.
How so?
Because tonight, when I lay my big fat head down on my pillow, I will be listening to the Time Bandits, an abridged novelization audiobook.
No shit.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's amazing. All right, let's get to some tweets.
This is Chocolate Beast. Give up your tweets, tweets. Give up your tweets or face the Chocolate Beast. Give up your tweets, tweets. Give up your tweets or face the Chocolate Beast. Now get.
All right.
Kills me.
Now good.
So, all right. So for tweets, we got a few. We heard from our boy Nathan Cotton Coy Vance Duke, and he says,
Squirm novelization?
Shit.
And he had tweeted out and said that he just bought a few raffle tickets. So Nathan Cotton Coy Vance Duke, thank you for doing that, my friend. And I thanked him, and he says, "You're welcome. Thanks for talking about cool movies and generally being great." Shucks. Thank you so much, Nathan Cody Coy Vance Duke III Jr. Esquire. We appreciate it.
Romaine Stamos.
Romaine Stamos. We also heard from Corin Hardy, who is the director of The Hallow. He heard your review,
Jesus, come
MZ.
on.
He listened to the show, and he
Yes.
says, "Happy New Year, Deadites. Thanks for the treat. Leo Hardy was my grandfather and illustrator." So we were wondering who Leo Hardy was, thanked in the credits. There you go.
Well, that explains that.
Yeah. So, but Dynamo was the one who said, he's like, "What's the director's name?" So we did make a connection. We thought maybe it was his father, but
I was smart one time.
yep. But it turns out it was his grandfather, which is very cool. So he's probably not going to listen to this episode. I think one's enough for him. But thank you, Corin.
Plenty.
Thank you for tuning in and for also making a cool movie for us to review. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I dug it the most.
And we also heard from Zach Hagan, who is the producer of He Never Died. And he said that... He said that that the director of He Never Died might be interested in an interview as well.
Nice.
So
Nice.
we may be getting maybe in talks with some directors to get some interviews going.
Wow.
And then we also Everyone Question is the name of the Twitter handle. It's Jason Krawczyk, the director of He Never Died. He said in ! So he's in.
Oh shit.
So we're just gonna coordinate with him. And he also he listened to the episode and he commented on the website. Let me just go to the website and pull up that comment real quick. And so he said, "I'm glad someone caught Tim the mailman needing his car because Jack stole it earlier, gag. Thanks, guys. Awesome podcast."
Mark this on your calendar. That's twice I was smart in one show.
Yep.
Normally, I'm a fucking idiot. But that 2 times,
Both directors
I was smart.
called you out.
Thank you.
Specifically, Dynamo. It's all you.
Normally, I'm in awe of all the weird shit that Monster Zero notices. But this time, I was smart.
And the last couple of tweets here, it's probably never going to happen. I figured, what the hell? I tweeted out to James Gunn and asked if he wanted to come on the show. I think he's a little bit too busy for us, but
you never know, though. He comes from us.
I know. That's why I thought, you know what? Like we talk about some of his flicks, his earlier flicks.
Desperately Seeking Susan audiobook. Clash of the Titans audiobook.
And Sarah Michelle from Twitter says yes, she wants to hear us interview James Gunn, so she retweeted it. We got
That's
our
the sound
boy
of me throwing up in my mouth.
Our buddy Neck, Steven Scarlatta.
I love this man.
So he wrote, I don't know if you guys read it, but did you see the fantastic piece he wrote on Blumhouse.com about Hellraiser Bloodline?
No.
No, not yet.
Jesus Christ.
Bookmarked it.
You guys got to check it out.
Yeah.
So go to Blumhouse.com, and Steven Scarlatta wrote, it's called Unseen Horrors, the Hellraiser anthology we should have had. And he talks about the original script about Hellraiser Bloodline and how it was supposed to be like an anthology flick. And then they hired another director. They didn't want to do an anthology. They turned it into the space movie. And then it was directed by Alan Smithy because the director took his name off of it.
Good for Blumhouse of like.
Yeah, that's a get, huh?
Like sticking him like not only doing this but understanding his like arcane knowledge of the world that almost was. Like that awesome piece he did on the guy who almost did the special effects for the thing.
Yeah.
You know, like
yeah.
Like it's outrageous. Like
it's fucking great. So that we love that dude so much. He's such a cool fucking dude. And so he tweeted out to us in response and said, "Love you guys. Thank you so much for the continued support."
When next Neck is on the show, he will have been driving around to 56 hours of Dynamo's jams mixed together. That he will rue the day he said, "That sounds cool."
And so we have coming up in March, we have the Boston Underground Film Fest. And, I've just been trying to book some guests, and I tweeted out to them as well and said that we would love to talk about the upcoming festival. And then they responded, yes, we should talk closer to the fest. So I'm hoping maybe we can, I don't know if we can work something out with them, but would love to be able to go attend a bunch of screenings. We could do that anyways.
When is that?
I think it's the end of March, 24th to the 29th or something like that.
I can probably do that.
So, but we'll keep in touch with the folks over at Buff, and hopefully we'll get to see some cool flicks and have someone on and talk about the fest, because it's a really great fest that they do every year, and our buddy Professor J comes up for it and checks it out. So some good stuff. Sarah Michelle tweeted out, listening to the Deadites, and you should be too, and then gave us tweeted out the link to the show. Thank you very much, Sarah.
Thank you.
And Rough House Publishing, our buddy Derek Rook, says, our boys, the Deadites, are live. Check them out. And also gave the link. So thank you, Derek. Thank you to those guys. Thank you for tweeting out and helping get the word out there, spread the signal, spread the disease, as Ravenshadow would say.
Spread the virus.
Friday the 13th Part 2 audiobook.
Jesus Christ. All right. Well, that is it for feedback. That is it. Let me catch up in the chat room real quick. Nicholas says that Kylo Ren is sweet. And then Michael Ledger says, yeah, Grimbro is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's outrageous.
Ledger also says Corin Hardy wears his sunglasses at night. And Nick says, Wooberman, do voice acting for animation. You're the best. Yeah, I think he should. He should definitely do voice acting. And
how much is it going to cost for Wooberman to come stay on my couch for that?
I don't know.
All jokes aside, if all these people come stay on my couch, where am I going to sleep? Because that really is where I sleep every night.
Well, you can find another place to sleep.
Sleep on, me and Wooberman.
Who is staying with you, Ravenshadow?
Is it Reservoir Doug?
No.
No?
Wow.
It's Cody.
Cody?
Jesus Christ.
Man, you put the dick back in prick.
Long show. No, it's warm down there, Cody.
Yeah, it is a long show. We've been really good and stuck to 3 hours the last couple of weeks, but this week we couldn't contain it because we had the prize pack to give away and everything. So, and that Roar review was a fucking blast. Just talking about that flick. So I think that's gonna do it. Do you guys have any Dynamo? Is your story too long to fit in?
Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe next week or
sure.
Okay, because I'm curious to hear about this fucking story.
Might be dead, but next week's fine.
All right. And Jakey Poo, if you would, please tell the fine folks out there where they can find the Cult of Muscle and what you guys were up to on episode 101.
Okay. You can find us on iTunes. You can find us on Stitcher. We're on our website, cultofmuscle.libsyn.com, as in Libsyn? Lib Syndicate? I don't even know.
Ooh.
Anyways, whatever. We got a Facebook group, facebook.com/group/cultofmuscle. So if you want to give it a go, give it a go. For episode 101, we did our top 20 of 2015, our top 20 first-time watches of 2015, and the top 10 first-time watches that we had watched through 100 episodes of The Cult of Muscle. At least that's the one I did because I was an idiot and I was only supposed to do it over the past year, but you still got the lists.
Yeah.
Lots of lists, lots of talking, and then next week we're doing for the next episode we're doing LA Street Fighters, which is by the director of Miami Connection.
Oh yeah.
And we're doing a movie called Dragonfire, which has also been referred to as Dragon Boobs, which should be fun.
We used to call
Should be
MC
lots
in
of
high
fun.
school.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. And is CDR going to be doing the shows from his remote location?
No, for the next 2 episodes because that ridiculous 2 gig cap.
That's what I was
that they have
wondering.
over there. Yeah, it'd be like 10-minute shows. I'm gonna reach out to some fine folks and
awesome
for the next 2 episodes.
Very cool.
Should be great.
So everyone go check out The Cult of Muscle. These guys are killing it every episode, and they're our buds, and they have a great show. So go check them out, and you won't be sorry. And also join their awesome little community they got going on. It's a lot of fun. I love that you guys have a gimmick, and people like always come to post stuff on your board because where else are they going to post it? You know, like
exactly. Yeah,
you guys have cornered the market on grunts and boobs and muscles,
weird muscle stories
Yeah.
and protein stuff.
I love it.
I'm infusing with a little more wrestling. I got a picture of Katsuyori Shibata kicking Tomohiro Ishii straight up his face.
I saw that. It was amazing.
That looks bad.
Yeah. Oh my god, I geeked out when I saw that. I nearly jumped out of my chair.
That's amazing. All right, we're gonna get out of here. Ravenshadow, real quick, anything?
Yeah, I gotta go.
All right, MZ.
Nothing.
All right, Dynamo.
Thanks, everybody, again. And remember, children, wherever you go, there you are.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning into episode 180 of Trick or Treat Radio. I can't thank everyone enough. All the people who donated prizes, all the people who gave us money, and to all the winners out there.
Terminator audiobook.
Thank you so much, everyone. This has been a pleasure. And also, big thank you to CDR and Jakey Poo for hanging out with us.
Thank you.
You guys have been podcasting machines in the last couple of weeks. Maybe you'll get a well-deserved break. And you know, maybe you can actually spend some time with your fiance. All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week. We're going to review Pod on episode 181, and we'll have an interview. See ya.